What up, everyone? It is 5 a.m. in the East Coast.
You did it wrong. Hello, hello, hello. It is 5 a.m. and you know what that means.
We're all tired.
Yeah.
The love of the game, baby. How you doing, Pluggo?
Good, buddy. Like I said, I woke up. There's snow on the ground. I've got my blankie. Let's watch some Elimination Chamber, baby.
Yeah, we got a pre-show match going on. We got the Kabuki Warriors versus Indy Hartwell and Candice LeRae. I'm happy they're using Candice LeRae more.
Yeah. I'm happy they're building up this women's tag division more.
Yeah.
That's what you need to do. So are you up this early ever?
Literally every morning.
Every morning. All right. I'm up at 5.
Yeah, I'm usually
every
I
morning. So
wake
it's
up
a little early.
5.
Yeah, I was gonna say during the week I have to be to work by 6. So, but on the weekends, no. This is for the love of the game, like you said.
Yeah.
You question my loyalty for wrestling? Have you ever gotten up at 4:30 in the morning for a pay-per-view and streamed about it? But I'm glad it's going on in Perth, Australia. Shout out to Josh Robinson, who killed it.
Oh, damn.
I always love waking up after LPW shows to a bunch of LPW wrestlers mad at me for making picks. Mars is mad at me. Ryan Sullivan blamed me for Rich King losing. And Barack Arani said that I jinxed him. Man, can't win. The Kabuki Warriors retained. I don't think that that's a surprise. No. I think that they've got some bigger things planned for these two. So, just good to get Indy in front of the crowd, though.
I like Kerry Sane walking around with her title belt as a hat.
Yeah.
God, that's the best elbow in the game.
Oh, so good. I'm glad she came back.
Yeah.
Omar's in the house. Say good morning. My G's, I made green tea and some croissants.
So I've got croissant. I've got a chocolatine.
What?
A chocolatine. Oh, I'm gonna say it in anglophone for you. A chocolatine. A chocolate croissant. You goddamn heathen.
You said American wrong. Well, maybe you didn't. Maybe you said it right.
I got cheese bagels. And I got a cinnamon raisin bagel over here. I've got snacks for the next few hours. And my coffee, my orange juice.
I've got an array of beverages. One has some extra caffeine in it. And I had some aspirin this morning. So I'm trying to kick this headache. Let's go, baby. I didn't know if I should make a bowl of cereal or something and be, but it's 4:30 in the morning. What do you expect? Live Monday on USA. So I was listening to somebody podcast, and they were like, this Elimination Chamber card outside of like the implications for WrestleMania don't feel very like Road to WrestleMania.
Yeah.
Outside of the Becky to Rhea. Oh, we got Doc in the house.
Yo.
Sorry, he messaged me. I saw it. I don't get up that early, Doc, but I didn't realize there was a pre-show match. So we were gonna start close to card time, but what's up, buddy? How you doing?
I am alive.
So are you pulling an all-nighter, or are you waking up early?
Yeah, I have not been asleep. I woke up at like 11 a.m. yesterday, and
Yikes!
And fully intended on getting a few hours after Rampage, and then I ended up like chatting with a friend for a little bit, and just never felt tired, and ended up just being like, whatever, I'm just gonna zonk out as soon as the show's over.
It's dedication, my friend.
Yeah.
Better man than I am.
What about you two?
I woke up at like I have to at least get some sleep. I can't pull an all-nighter, but I can wake up early. So like I woke up at like 2 in the morning. No, like 3.
What time did you get to sleep?
I fell asleep early, woke up at like midnight, and fell back asleep for like a couple hours.
Well, that's not too bad.
Yeah, that's not too bad.
I'm an old man. Well, no, I went to bed about 10:30, 11. I couldn't make it. I was trying to make it up at least through the rest of LPW, but I was like, I get up so early. I was just like,
How old are you, Gluggo?
37. I'm an old man.
I'm 40. You don't get to call yourself an old man when I'm on the screen with you.
Finally! Yes!
I don't know. We're both talking
That's
about
the only reason I woke up early this morning, is to feel young again.
I fought in Vietnam for your rights.
Yes.
Get off my lawn, you two.
Not in the war of Vietnam. I just went there for like a tournament.
We got Dare the Amazing in the house saying good morning. Parrish is in the house saying hello.
Morning.
Hello, friends. It is bright. It is early. If you're in the chat, let us know how you feel about the Elimination Chamber. I was saying like it feels more like a detour to WrestleMania than an actual road, but I think the matches are stacked.
Yeah, it's a pit stop. I mean, I think it's a very predictable card.
Yeah.
But it's going to be a fun show. I mean, the crowd was great during Kabuki Warriors versus Indy and Candice. They loved Indy. They were giving them great pops during like the hot tags and everything. So I think it's going to be like a really good crowd for the whole show. Whenever you get these shows in countries that don't get them that often, everybody there is just amped. It's great.
We saw that last year, like with the Puerto Rico show, and then I'm blanking. When they went
Clash at the Castle.
Clash at the Castle, yeah, that one. Those crowds were so
like,
hot.
You know what? Like even a lot of the, like I know people don't like the politics behind it, but a lot of the crowds at the Saudi Arabia shows are pretty lively too.
Yeah.
But like
even the Beast in the East special that they did years ago with Brock Lesnar as the headliner in Japan. Yeah. Good crowd there.
Yeah, that's why I like it. Go ahead, Lawrence.
Last year, especially at Elimination Chamber in Montreal, both nights was like me, Spencer, and Zach were all there. Both nights were absolutely insane. Like,
it's great that they're expanding more internationally with some of the yearly shows. I doubt we're going to see it happen with too many manias.
Yeah.
Like Canada, I could see getting a mania again for sure.
Yeah.
But and honestly, like maybe even Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Because of the time zones, of course. But like I don't know, a WrestleMania in Dublin just doesn't seem as likely to me.
Like it's probably going to be like the UK or like England especially that's going to get if they're going to do one there, it's going to be there because like at least it's an afternoon show.
You know what I
Yeah,
wouldn't
see.
mind them doing?
I'm down with a Mania in the afternoon.
Yeah.
Well, like, since Mania is 2 days now and has been for years, hold it in 2 cities. Pull a WrestleMania 2, but make it across 2 nights. So, like, do night 1 in London and then night 2 in, like, New York or Chicago or wherever.
Yeah, I mean, that's what the World Cup is doing in 2 years. There's played in 3 countries: in Canada, the United States, and Mexico.
Yeah.
You'd almost have to, and you would also have to, if you did that, go almost 2 different themes, because I don't know how easy it
Yeah.
would be to ship that set from London over to
Oh, yeah, of
the
course. You'd
States,
have
but
to.
you could definitely brand it like in that vein. Like the London one is very London based, and then the other one is like more States based. You could do that. That'd be cool.
You know what I think would be fun is if they actually did the, like, 3 city simulcast or telecast or whatever they want to call it for, like, WrestleMania 50 or something. Like, just go all out and have that show take place everywhere.
WrestleMania pods. Listen, we're gonna head on over to the Omaha, Nebraska WrestleMania pod for WrestleMania 50. They got a match.
Yeah, Cedric Alexander is in the main event.
That's right. Which, by the way, I saw
I-
that segment last night on SmackDown with him and Ashanti the Adonis. I had no idea that they were a tag team.
Oh, it just started. That's only their
Okay.
second segment together.
Okay, I was like, oh, this is new.
I kind of liked that segment. It was definitely better than the first one when they were just sitting in a chair, like, talking to the camera together.
Yeah.
This one showed a little more personality. I loved Big Swole tweeted out after that. She was just like, okay, but listen, Cedric in the black gear. And then she had a gif underneath of somebody just, I think it was Hank Hill just walking into the bedroom.
Yeah.
Big Swole thirst tweets for her husband are the best.
Yeah. Like she literally also had just.
I miss her.
Yeah.
I miss seeing her on TV too.
Yeah.
Like all the stuff with AEW aside, like, how has she not ended up in Impact or somewhere else?
Yeah.
Maybe by choice. Who knows? I don't
Yeah.
know her motivation.
Well, that's what we brought you on here for, Doc, is to know the motivations of Big Swole. So we need you to get on that.
Listen, all I'm going to say is if you want to know the inner thoughts of a black woman, you are talking to a white man, and that is the wrong choice.
How do we know? We can't see your face.
I am not going to be able to give you any kind of accurate thoughts on that.
Right. Yeah, no, and I think a lot of times
there are plenty of amazing black women in the wrestling community who will.
No, for sure. I would say, yeah, if a talent is out as long or not signed as long as someone like Swole, it has to be like a personal thing. I would just assume like she's TV ready, she knows what she's doing. Like why wouldn't they have thrown her a contract? Maybe she likes just having the freedom to do her own thing.
And it could also be like a health thing.
Yeah, that
that
too.
we don't know about. Like, there's been so many people over the years when they're like, where is X, Y, and Z? And then you find out later that they had a health issue. Like Thunder Rosa. A lot of people didn't know why she was sidelined for a long time.
Yeah. Almost to the point where they were getting mad at her. They get like I kept
You want
unless
to hear something funny?
unless that was a shoot thing with that behind the scenes AEW thing, they kept like, oh, is she actually hurt?
So
Yeah.
you want to hear something funny?
I always want to hear something funny.
I interviewed her back returned. And
You cut out there.
Oh, sorry.
You said, I interviewed her back, and then it went blank.
I
Yeah.
interviewed her back in August. And
Okay, there it is.
so it was months before her return, of course. And I think part of it had to do with, like, oh, they're launching Collision and she's all over the advertising, so we're getting her out there for some interviews to talk to people. But when I talked to her about her back, she was like very open about it. She's like, yeah, I just started getting back in, but I'm definitely a little ways away from being cleared. Like,
Yeah.
And there was a lot of people speculating around the time, like a few false reports were going around about things, and I kept replying to them, being like, guys, like I literally just talked to her about this. That information's available.
Do some research. I'm glad she's back. I'm glad she's healthy.
Oh my god, me too.
I love you, Thunder Rosa.
So another fun Thunder Rosa thing. The piece for my profile picture here.
Yeah.
That was a piece I had made by Sonia DeWitt. And she's making another piece for me that will be of Thunder Rosa.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, shit. That's awesome.
She's raising some money to help with her, like her class. So she's a teacher, and a bunch of her students helped with like one of those Toys for Tots kind of things around the holidays. And most of her students are from lower income families to begin with. So the fact that they were able to like give and do anything is kind of great. And so she really wants to throw them like a party or two to kind of thank them for just being generous and things. So she was selling some art commissions to raise money for that. So I grabbed 2 from her.
Nice. That's awesome.
And then
come on.
My Thunder Rosa story isn't as sweet. It's funny, but it's not sweet like that.
I do want to hear that, but really quick, after I tweeted out this picture, apparently Nyla Rose follows me, and apparently she saw it and like went and donated to Sonia's classroom thing without even asking for any artwork, because that's just the kind of awesome person she is.
Oh,
That's
Nyla
dope.
rules. That's so nice.
Nyla does rule. By the way, Nyla is killing it, making me laugh. The shirt, pants,
Yeah.
hat. God damn.
She is, for a long time, has been the most misunderstood and misused person in AEW, and I'm so glad they're finally allowing her to show more personality in this ROH program.
Yeah, because they were using her as like the native beast early on, Nyla Rose, and then like they wouldn't let her show it. But you would watch her. Yeah, but you would watch her on all these interviews and things, and she was just so funny. And it's like, why don't you let us see that on TV? That would probably hit better than what she was doing, which it has been. So,
and her Twitter account is one of the best on the app, not just for wrestlers, but like period. She's just so funny.
Hell yeah. 2 battles, 12.
And her wife, Kel, I love Kel. I got to spend pretty much all of All Out 2022 hanging out with her wife.
Oh, nice.
And she was so fun. And we actually, a bunch of us ended up playing Among Us together a few times during the pandemic too and stuff. But Kel makes all of Nyla's gear and gear for other wrestlers as well. Very talented.
That's got to be an awesome thing to be, married to a gear maker. So it's like, make me this. It's got to be such a great, like Bianca Belair makes all her gear. I'm sure Montez is like, hey, honey, hook it up.
See, now I wonder if Bianca makes all her own gear still, or if she lets them like custom order anything for her for bigger shows now. Because let's be honest, they have that woman doing an insane schedule with media and all kinds of things. Like, I hope when she goes home, she gets to relax and doesn't have to work on making gear.
I mean, some people do find that relaxing too.
That's true.
It's a different creative outlet.
That's absolutely true, and
Yeah.
you're right. Like, that may be something she uses as an escape.
Yeah.
She does it for the love of the game, like we do, getting up at 4:30 in the morning.
We are all like Bianca Belair.
Yeah, exactly the same.
We are the ESPs of waking up early for PLEs.
Oh, I don't know if she was able to reach out to you, but Peggy is without internet, and
I just saw the message. Peggy, this was her idea, by the way, the pajama party thing.
I know, she was disappointed she wasn't able to show up.
Yeah, no, get your internet right. They'll do more of these. I actually enjoy doing these watch-alongs. I'm glad we're starting to do more of them over here.
I do. I really do too. It's so much easier, especially a show at 4 a.m.
Yeah.
But like, it's so much easier to watch these shows like hanging out with people.
Yeah.
And like, none of my real life friends around this area like pro wrestling, so
Yeah, same. Or like it this much to come over at 4 a.m.
yeah. I will say, I have one friend who has watched several pay-per-views with me, but it's not because he cares about what's happening. We're just hanging out, you know?
Yeah. I always look at it like, especially this one's kind of an anomaly, but like I'm watching the shows anyway. But there's something about doing reacts. Like I don't mind doing a reaction to a pay per view, but then you're just staying up an extra hour and a half afterwards, and
Yep.
it's kind of cool to just freshly like in your mind go, oh shoot, that was a cool moment, like in the moment, instead of having to like remember everything that happened and. And this is what I would be doing if my buddies came over, just hanging out, talking about whatever.
Honestly, that's why I've never tried to get into podcasting or video content for myself. Because I don't want to really commit to a schedule like that. Like, I'm more than happy to go on pretty much anybody's show who will invite me and talk about whatever, but yeah, I like having my own is one of those things that's very, very low on the priority list, and the market is so flooded that, you know,
start with
what would I do to stand out?
Right. We're doing the women's first, the women's match first. This makes me think that Rhea and Nia might main event, and whoever wins the chamber, there might be a standoff at the end, right? Does that feel like if it's Becky, she comes out at the end, if Rhea holding the title up?
That's what I saw on Twitter last night, where like a lot of people were saying that like it was going to main event, that it was going to be like the first women match to main event since like WrestleMania 30 something or like.
Rob Wilkins is in the chat saying, "Good morning, kids." Good morning, Rob.
Morning, Rob.
What
if you're looking for a place to hang out, let me know.
All down. You can chew it up.
The EST getting the first entrant. Let's go.
Have you guys watched any of the media stuff they've been sharing during the build up to this, like the last couple days in Australia?
I've been watching Josh Robinson stuff.
Oh yeah, that's been really fun to see Josh.
I'm so happy for Josh. I said it before you hopped on. Like nobody deserves it more than he does, dude.
He's a nice guy. Yeah. So somebody else who's worked with Fightful before, I don't know her last name, but I think her name was Anna.
Anna Bauer.
She had is that her name? Okay.
Yeah.
The interview she had with Becky Lynch was so funny. It was so good.
I'll have to check that out.
She literally starts it out like awkwardly telling Becky just, "Hi, I love you." And Becky just goes like, "Well, I think in time I could learn to love you too." It was so cute, man.
I wouldn't know what to do. Becky Lynch is one of my favorite wrestlers. I'd be like,
She did it in a way that was like, it was very fangirly, but also like kind of in a professionally funny way, if that makes sense. Like,
yeah,
it didn't feel like she was an amateur out of nowhere getting to interview Becky, but you could tell she really did love the fact that she got to talk to her.
Yeah. That was what, like, and I mean, I'm tooting his horn only because, and obviously it's because I love him, so I am biased, but you could tell, like, Josh, you could tell, like, he absolutely loves these people that he got to talk to, which made his interview feel so genuine.
You know, I feel like you get that out of Joel too. Joel always looks like he's having a good time when he's doing these interviews.
Oh yeah.
And trust me, I've not done that kind of press junket before, but you could tell the people that are just there to be there, and then the people that like love this, like love it, and it makes for a fun interview. So thanks a lot, Raquel, for ruining my podcast last week.
Wait, what?
I recorded on Monday Monday evening, like my power rankings for Chamber. I didn't realize it was a battle royal on Raw, and I didn't realize Raquel was back. So I was like, "Oh crap!" I had to re-record because I was like, I think I had whoever, like the picture was Alba Fire, Zoe Stark, Shayna, and there was a couple others, and I had said that whoever that was going to finish 6th be the last person or first person eliminated. And I was like, oh shit, Raquel Rodriguez is back. So I had to re-record all that, but I'm glad she's back.
You know, and
The women's division is picking up.
And I feel like since she came back, I see something in her that she didn't have before, like a little bit of confidence, maybe. It's hard to explain. Like, she walks a little different. Like, she just something about her seems a little different in a good way.
Yeah. And now here's Riccacino's number 2. She's going to finish second. Tiffany Stratton.
Yeah, she was massively over at that press conference.
Oh, she's going to be a star. She was getting good reactions last night on SmackDown too.
Yeah.
She was one of those, like, when they made the switch over in NXT, and it was like, oh, that she really
2.0 to what it is.
When they went 2.0, and you were like, are any of these people gonna hit? And she absolutely has come around and like been just on fire. So I'm excited to see what she does in here.
You know who I can't wait to come back from injury because she was so good in the little bit of time we got to see her was Sol Ruca.
Yeah, she was very good as well. Yeah, Dustin's saying big year. It'll be a big year for Tiffany. So her early prediction for Money in the Bank, that would be kind of cool. Let her hold that thing for a little while.
I could totally see that, actually.
Yeah. Let her hold that briefcase for a little while and kind of make it become part of her whole thing. Yeah, I'd be down with that. Man.
I could also see them pairing her with somebody and doing a tag team maybe and having her hold the tag titles first.
Yeah. The Kabuki Warriors need a dance partner at Mania.
Who do you think it'll be?
That I don't know. It all depends, I guess, on what happens here at the Chamber. I know we talked Thursday. JPJ floated out the idea of Bianca and Jade teaming up. That's like a way to get Jade a big spotlight without having her have to do the heavy lifting. But I don't know if she's ready for that. Because I had read, didn't they scrap some plans for Jade here at the Chamber?
I'm not sure. I've been kind of a little out of the loop the last week.
So hopefully that's just because, although Jade would look badass in an elimination chamber match.
Liv isn't wearing a skirt. She's wearing a belt.
Yeah, that's definitely...
You know what the problem with having such a stacked roster is there's so many people that I want to see holding a title, and there's just not enough belts.
Yep. I agree. We were talking about that, too. It was like, what do you do with, like... Okay, so if Becky is the clear-cut favorite to win this chamber match, what do you do? What's the road to WrestleMania for the other 5, you know? Because there's so much talent. And there's so much talent on the men's side, too. There's so many people without, like, Mania plans or the title. It's because they got all these titles locked up. That was the other thing, too. Like, they have such long title reigns that they're trying to make sure they get it right. But you're not going to be able to get all of those title changes correct. It's going to feel big.
I will say that I think the reason some people don't have plans for Mania yet is because they need content to fill the weeks between now and Mania. So some of that is going to be building those new feuds. And that's always how it is. Like, we know what some of the big matches are going to be already, but now they can start building towards, Gunther's feud and, whatever they're going to do with the tag titles after tonight. If Judgment Day retains, it'll probably be Awesome Truth who faces him at Mania.
Yeah, that's going to be fun. R-Truth winning a title at WrestleMania. He's in Austria right now.
God, I love that man.
Yeah. Hopefully he gets here in time. I don't know how far Austria is from.
You don't even know how happy I would be to see 52-year-old Ron Killings holding a belt in WWE. Because he is so freaking good, and he's getting so much more love this last 6 months. than he has in years, and it's so fun to see.
We got the only Mike Fish in the house saying, morning, fellas. Morning, Mike. He says, it just mirrored those floor seats look like they, shall we say, limit the view at best. He feels bad.
I commented in my recap already because I'm covering the show.
Yeah.
That the seating on the floor looks weird to me. Like, I get why it's like that, but it also, from the wide shots, is just, I don't know.
Yeah.
Plus, that's kind of cool. The shots of all four of them.
Oh.
The shots of all four of them above the stadium like that. That's kind of cool.
That's cool. Yeah, then you got the chamber structure, which is going to obviously hinder your view. I've never seen one live. I've never been to a wrestling event where we had a chamber or a Hell in a Cell or anything like that, but I heard it is tougher to watch live than it is on TV, obviously. As I got the cameras in there, but
I'm sure placement has a lot to do with it. I've never been to a show like that either.
Like I was at Chamber last year, and like it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
Okay.
It was like some angles, it was cut off, but it wasn't like I had a pretty decent view throughout the whole match.
Oh, you know what? All Out 2022. Actually, now that I think about it, that Young Bucks Lucha Brothers cage match, that was so insane.
That was
insane. It definitely was harder to watch the match with the cage on there.
Yeah.
Wow, Becky and Naomi starting. That's an interesting combination.
I like that.
Yeah.
Becky's gear is sick, dude. I like that little blood drip.
Naomi's too, man.
Yeah. Like, I'm glad Naomi's back. I know initially I had wanted her to maybe come back from not do the whole Feel the Glow gimmick, but actually she's been killing it, so like I can't complain.
No, I wonder, like, the fact they never sold that Glow title belt on WWE Shop was wasted money there. That title belt was so cool.
Legit. Like, I know so many guys who would have bought it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mike's saying that the Red Hell in the Cell being in the build was brutal in the building.
Oh,
yeah.
God.
That was a choice.
Man.
The Punjabi.
Why you got to bring that up?
The Punjabi prison was just completely obstructed. Like, there was no way he could have seen anything.
Yeah, that had to be the worst one.
Yeah.
It had to be.
It was like a wicker.
Those Punjabi prison matches were so freaking goofy.
Yeah.
Scott George is now saying, good morning, gentlemen. Do you actually have to be wearing pajamas for the party? I actually do, believe it or not, wear a hoodie to bed more often than not. So, and then I've got my blanket on, so I'm calling this pajamas.
Apparently, it's canon that I'm naked during all my podcast appearances.
I didn't want to be naked on stream, but
for the sake of the bit.
For Mrs. Pluggo, I'd be sleeping in the nude. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you're sleeping in another room, but you're sleeping in the nude.
Yeah. He's like, get out of here, weirdo. So I thought I'd at least put something on for this stream. And if I thought about putting on some pajama pants, but you guys wouldn't be able to see those anyway. So this is my usual attire, is like a hoodie or.
As somebody who works from home, I wear pajama pants way too much.
Hell yeah! I'm a basketball shorts, t-shirt, hoodie type of guy, depending on the weather. And then I don't know if anybody else does this, but I fall asleep in socks, but they'll eventually get taken off throughout the night. And I wake up with Mrs. Pluggo's like, your socks are all over the place. They're in the sheets. They're on the floor. That's what I do.
So,
that's the inner workings of how I sleep. You guys are welcome.
Another one of those fun working from home habits you develop is I don't wear socks unless I have to leave the house.
I wear socks all the time. I also do this super weird thing, and she's not awake, so she can't confirm. But I like pull the socks to halfway off as my feet get too warm, and I like gradually so you'll see me and they'll be like half on, and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, "This is perfect for me right now." It's a weird thing. She hates it.
I cannot fall asleep with socks on. Period.
Yeah.
Like I can fall asleep. Like I typically just sleep in my boxers. Yeah. I can fall asleep with a shirt on, but like I think I was probably in my early 20s the last time I fell asleep with like jeans on, you know. we all had those nights, you know.
Yeah. Waking up in what you wore last night, just going, what happened?
Why is all this shit in my pocket?
Remember back in our day when you could fall asleep on like a buddy's floor with no problem? Now I would be dead.
Yeah.
Oh, I have trouble getting out of bed now, to be
Right?
honest, with the back and knee issues I have. Like, you know what though? Who knows? Maybe a night on a flat floor would actually be good for me.
You'd party at a friend's house. They'd be like, I don't have an extra bed. You're like, I'm fine. I'll find a spot on the floor. Now I'm like, I'm not going anywhere unless I know for sure.
I actually, it's been years
Oh!
since I've had an easy time sleeping anywhere but my own bed. Like when I was in the hospital, what was it? I want to say it was like 3 or 4 years ago when I had to have my gallbladder removed. Maybe
That
not
was
even that
painful
long.
for Naomi.
Like even with all the pain meds and stuff they had me on, I could barely sleep for more than an hour in the hospital bed.
Yeah. Oh, nobody sleeps in hospitals. It's rough. They're always coming in, bothering you. Becky and Naomi are killing it. I think this was the right decision. Start them off, two absolute studs going at it.
And you know what? I'm going to go out on a limb and say I think they might be the last two.
My God, the pop.
Oh, you're a little bit ahead.
Yeah.
Okay, so it's Tiffany. I love that they're doing the 2K rankings.
Yeah, love that move.
I dig that little touch. They've been doing it over the last couple weeks. My thought for Tiffany was that she was going to she's going to be in here for a while, and she's going to annoy everybody and eat everyone's finisher, and that's how they eliminate her. That was my initial thought. But the pop she's getting has changed my mind.
I mean, she's doing the normal thing where you come in, you clean house until somebody takes you out.
That's right, Scott. It's Tiffy time.
Man, whoever pins her is going to become like an instant heel.
Right.
Dude.
Which is funny because I don't think that they anticipated her being so over. Like I thought maybe they were going to make her the heel, but if you're getting these crowd reactions, you gotta ride that wave.
But I also think it's like they can treat this reaction for her like they are for Rhea. Like Rhea's a heel, but they're leaning into the fact that Australia loves her.
Oh, as they should.
We all do, let's be honest.
Same thing with Grayson Waller, who is like
that. I'm going to be interesting to see, like, because he usually gets booed out the building, but I think he's going to get a hero's welcome.
Oh my God, no! He's going to be so over. Have you like some of the media stuff that he's been doing this week has been great too, and unless he goes full on like, I hate Australia, that's why I left, like that kind of stuff.
Right.
I'm fairly certain he's going to get a big pop.
Fish saying, how are your Peacock streams ahead of mine? Do you pay extra? I don't pay extra.
Mine is always a minute and a half behind Peggy.
And
mine's always a few seconds behind anybody that I stream with. It. I've never been ahead of anybody. I don't know how that works.
Like, for me, I just saw Becky take Naomi down with a clothesline.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I'm ahead of you both.
I just saw Tiffany take.
I still have the WWE Network or whatever, like the version that's left for the next few months.
You Canadians and your awesomeness. I miss the network. This is how little I use Peacock. I try to watch things on it. I only watch pay-per-views. I
will say
I used to binge the network like crazy, but I don't like the way that it's set up. So
the Xbox app is definitely easier to use than my Comcast box Peacock version. But the only reason I miss the WWE network that we used to have was because of some of the weird shit that they made for it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
They just don't put that much effort into that content anymore. Like,
Yeah, I remember like the cooking show with Bo Dallas.
Camp WWE wasn't
Yeah.
really my thing, but even that was like kind of a fun thing. Like, I kind of wanted another season of Legends House, and I'm normally the guy who hates all reality TV. But the whole like Roddy Piper and Jim Duggan become best friends storyline was legitimately just kind of fun.
And like that whole thing was Gene Okerlund was either pissed off or flirting with somebody.
And then, but
He only had 2 speeds.
they do the thing where like they kind of have a moment where they almost make it seem like Pat Patterson's coming out to all these guys who know he's been gay for decades.
Yeah.
It's like, all right, guys,
Like-
what are we doing here?
Literally everyone knew. There was like,
But yeah, Legends House was a fun little thing. The Edge and Christian show, oh my god.
like even like Ride Along was like so much fun to just like have like them telling stories and shit in a car
Do you,
and
do you
fucking around with each
remember-
other.
Do you remember the ride along with Mark Henry and Chris Jericho, where at the end of it, Jericho goes, "All right, I want you to do the thing," and Mark Henry picks up an apple and just crushes it in his hand.
Didn't they,
like
didn't they have like a punk show too? Pranked or something?
Yeah.
Oh, Swerved. It was
Yeah.
Vince McMahon did a whole episode, the weirdo,
Yeah.
where he dressed up like somebody else and pretended to be a security guard at the front door, and like he wasn't fooling anybody, let's be honest. And I know this wasn't the WWE network. I think this was all their YouTube stuff. But remember that parody promotion they were doing where like John Cena and Fandango were the announcers? And
Oh,
Fandango was just always hungover.
Southpaw Wrestling. Southpaw,
That's
like,
what it was.
yeah, they're supposed to do like a second season, but like everyone in their cast got released.
What was Luke
They did like
Gallows' name?
They're gonna do a second season. They did a teaser trailer, and then like right before it was gonna drop, like they released a bunch of wrestlers.
What was? Do you remember Luke Gallows' name? I remember it being something really, really funny.
Oh, fuck, I forget.
I'm gonna Google it.
Google it. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a Google machine.
They were all so great.
And then the fashion files. Oh, God, such a good stuff. Yeah, I don't know why. I mean, I guess it doesn't. I mean, they're making money hand over fist with all their licensing deals, so they don't have to do that stuff. But I do miss that. Like, why don't you use some of these talents and do things like that? And I mean, I don't know how much money goes into making one of those programs, but I miss that stuff. That would give me a reason to like want to hop back on Peacock and watch some other stuff. Is like, I mean, I can watch all the old wrestling I want, but I miss those shows, man.
If the Edge and Christian show is still up, I might go back and watch it because I haven't even thought about it in a while, and now I miss it. But Tex Ferguson was his name.
They went with,
but I think sometimes he called himself Sex Ferguson.
I think when he wasn't doing the WWE stuff, he was Sex Ferguson because they didn't Gallows and Anderson have like a wrestling show that they did, like their own pay-per-view type deal. Yeah. Where it was like Sex Ferguson. It was I can't remember what it was called. Oh my God. If anybody knows. Because I remember Sean Ross Sapp covering it for Fightful. It was like $20 on Fight TV at the time. It was crazy.
I don't remember that. That's interesting.
Yeah, I'll have to remember. Oh, she's got her in the disarmer in the cage. Oh, Tiff's showing out, man. She's holding her own. You love to see that because this is like, these are former women's champions she's in there with. This ain't just whoever they got in NXT. Nope. Some of those jobbers. Oof.
Jabbers.
Some of those jabbers. Oh, Naomi's on top of the cage. Don't spoil it for. Oh.
Oh, that was fine, but man, there was like a split second where I was like, "What's happening?"
And that Tiff, Tiff gets the first elimination.
Yeah.
Well, Doc, how are you feeling about Naomi and Becky being the final two now?
I'm still confident that's what's going to happen.
I'm sticking to it. I don't care what we just
Can't
saw.
go back on my prediction now. I'm just going to pretend Naomi will come back or something. I don't know. Now I'm thinking it'll be Bianca because of the standoff they had at the press conference. I think it'll be Becky and Bianca at the end now. Oh my gosh, I just noticed they have the little WWE 2K24 ratings at the bottom when they come in. Did you see that?
Yeah, they have them like when they're about to choose who's going to be in there.
I didn't even see that before. 'Cause I'm like also typing on my thing, so like sometimes I'm not looking at the screen.
Yeah, they had, and they've been doing it throughout the last few weeks, like with matchups and stuff. And I dig that. I think that's such a cool little touch. Because even if you're not going to have like upsets, it gives you this idea of like, oh, will this 76 overall take out the 95? You know, it gives you some kind of like mindset of an upset potentially happening. Oh, Raquel just comes in and starts destroying Becky Lynch. Becky's like, I have a family. Please stop. And then Tiffany, what are you doing? You just saw what she did to Becky. Oh, God. Like we always wonder what it feels like to be Tiffany Stratton in that moment, like getting thrown up against the cage. Imagine having the strength of Raquel Rodriguez that you could pick up another human being and just swing her into a cage.
Yeah, it would definitely be interesting.
like, just having that ability to just pick up another person and just swing them freely.
I mean, how small are we talking? I mean, if we're talking a child, sure, I could do that.
That's right.
If we're talking Raquel Rodriguez, no, I don't think I could do that to her.
Yeah, no. Yeah.
Maybe at one point in my life.
Like,
but yeah, being able to like pick Liv Morgan up, suplex her into the cage, and then walk her back to the ring and throw her in. It's just
impressive.
Morgan may be small, but she's still 100+ pound human being. Like, I think people constantly underestimate how hard it is to lift a person off the ground.
Yeah.
Right, that's what I'm saying. And then swing them around. Throwbacks in the house saying, "What's good, guys?" 5:30 and throwback runs on Duncan. Are you bringing Duncan? Bringing Duncan to all of us? Throwback? Heck yeah, dude! Little donkey, little caffeine this morning. I'm just glad this headache has subsided. I woke up with a gnarly headache, and I was like, "Uh-oh."
Oh, that sucks.
But you know, a little aspirin, some caffeine. I'm back in the game. We play hurt around here at Love Wrestling. I still got 4 exposure at 10 a.m. I'm gonna have to take a nap in between. I told Mrs. Pluggo about this. I go, I'm doing the Elimination Chamber watch along. She goes, "Oh, okay, that's fine." I go, "It's at 5 in the morning." She goes, "What's wrong with you?"
I'm taking the kids.
She's like, "You're gonna get up and just at 5 a.m. on a Saturday?" It's like, "Yeah."
And you're like, "No, I'm really getting up at like 3 a.m."
Yeah. Well, no, you're getting up at 3 a.m. You're in Central Time. I'm close to Central Time, but thank God.
Get up.
Although I was thinking about it last night when they were showing the times. I actually probably would have preferred that. I probably just would have pulled an all-nighter and then just slept for a few hours in the morning if I was West Coast or Central. Just there's not a chance of going to bed at 10 and getting up at 2. So you would just power through it. I'd watch some House or something. I've been watching House on Hulu. I don't watch a lot of shows while they happen. I retroactively watch them.
I've done that with quite a few.
It's TikTok's fault, really.
Yeah.
I actually did that with House too. I think it was maybe in its 7th season when I started watching it initially, and then I actually dropped off of being interested in it before I caught up to where they were live.
Yeah.
And then I watched the finale when it happened just to see how they wrapped it up.
I get interested in these shows because, like, if you watch one clip on TikTok of a show, they will send you 500 more videos that day of that show, and then you're like, well, I might as well just watch it. And then, like you said, I'll either drop off interest or I'll keep powering through. I think I'm like 2 seasons in right now, and I'm still invested, so we'll see how long I last.
That literally just happened to me with Mythbusters. I
Yeah.
had Mythbuster clips, and I downloaded a bunch of seasons, and I'm just watching Mythbusters.
I just tweeted about Mythbusters today. I just found it on Max again, and I haven't watched it in a year or two.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I want to watch this show again. So I started it from. They're missing like a bunch of episodes from the first season for some reason, but it looks like they have the rest of all the other ones. Man, I even watched the newer seasons with the guys Brian and I forget the other guy's name.
Oh, that was a nasty DDT. Oof.
This has been a good match.
But yeah, that's what I have. Like Pawn Stars is one that has flooded my TikTok. I don't go and watch those because they pretty much showed me everything.
I unfortunately fell into the Pawn Stars rabbit hole for a few months and watched a bunch of episodes, and then I got to a point where I was like, I can tell exactly what's going to happen with everything, and I knew that like everybody knows the show is contrived and shit.
Oh, Liv, what are you doing up there, Liv?
Oh boy. But like sometimes the stuff that they were saying about like his history and whatnot like was just not true. Yeah. And now Tiffany and Becky are up there.
Oh, God, that was a gnarly thing by Liv.
A low-key great feud, Tiffany and Becky, by the way. Like, I think it doesn't get enough credit from last year. And then shout out to Becky for making so many people in NXT with that little run she did. Having that like open challenge thing put a lot of these women on the map. Uh-oh, what's Tiffy doing? What's she doing up there? Like, you think Tiffany's character is like, yeah, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to do these high spots and do this craziness, but she does it, and it's awesome.
Well, that's what I love about her is, like, if you really analyze her, she's kind of the opposite of the character she's playing in a lot of ways. Like, she's very muscular and built. She's not some dainty little princess. And she's a legitimately fantastic athlete. Yeah. She's not just, daddy's rich girl who's buying everything for herself. She can
back it up.
She's earning all of this. It's great.
So I just learned or remembered you have to pin them in the ring, I guess, because she was laying on top of all 3 of them. Isn't that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3. She just eliminates all 3 of them.
I remember early chambers they were pinning people anywhere, but I think after a few years they started making it only in the ring. Yeah.
Yeah, because I was like, oh, poor Liv. Yeah.
Remember when the chamber literally just was like a cage floor too?
Yeah, it was like the most brutal structure. They were just like, have fun.
You got Rob Van Dam doing frog splashes onto it and missing people, and it's like, oh, that poor guy's knees.
And then I remember when they switched to this much. Oh, damn. Tiffany's out like that. Oof, after all that. She looked like a badass, though. But yeah, I remember when they switched to this like safer structure, and all the fans were like, "This isn't the chamber that we know and love." And even the wrestlers were coming out going, "That thing was brutal. You want us to die?"
Yeah, like Booker T landed on Triple H and like crushed his larynx, Like he was like barely breathing. But yeah, that was when it was just like straight metal. Like, and they're wondering like why was so many of our wrestlers getting injured after this match?
Yeah, gee, I wonder.
Yeah.
Or like when they did that cage spot in AEW where Jericho fell through like the cardboard. He's like, "Did you guys want me to just go flat back on the concrete off of a 30-foot cage?" Like
the way Belair sold that power bomb from Rodriguez into the ring was fantastic.
Yeah.
Where she like rolled back and was up on her legs for a split second and then just fell right back down.
Oh, we got her to the disarmer. She gonna tap? She gonna tap? Oh, no. I am surprised that Tiffany is out so early, but this is a good final four.
I'm really enjoying that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was smart to have Liv eliminate her because she's sort of like a tweener at this point. Like she's been quite clear that she's just on like a revenge tour and doesn't give a fuck about anything else. And she like leaned into it, like the crowd reaction, like she knew what was about to happen. Oh, nice.
Well, like I said, you could have convinced me that any of these six could make a case for the spot. So, I mean, any way you do it, it's going to be well. But oh, bye, Raquel. There's a lot of open space on the floor there. How would that view, if you have seats, that can't be great in the stands?
I just realized that from the sky that looks like a German cross. Look at it again when they do it.
Well, now that you said something, they might not.
Oh yeah. I'm sure they probably have a bunch of interns watching all of the watch-alongs and reporting it. Mr. Levesque, this one guy noted how it looks like a German cross. Well, I like German crosses. Yeah, but you know. Yeah, you're right. Don't show me.
You say that in jest, but they do have an eye on the watch-alongs because I've noticed they used some reactions over the last few months, which I think is kind of cool for those people.
I think it's also the ones that put up on TikTok after. It's like they see which ones like start getting a decent amount of views on TikTok, and they take those because it's like the same. Like they're big streamers.
Yeah, big streamers.
Yeah, like Santee and Wheezy Blonde.
Who's from my city, and I was thinking about this the other day. Is she the number one wrestling content creator in my city, and I am number 2? It's a huge gap, don't get me wrong, but I don't think there's anybody else in the bed holding it down.
Who? No, I don't. Who is this you're talking about?
Wheezy Blonde.
I don't know who this is.
She's on Twitch. And TikTok, like she does like a lot of like the reaction videos.
Like I need to figure this out.
Like, what's the nature of her content?
She does
like
a lot of
watch-alongs
for WWE watch-along.
Is she like overly positive, overly negative, being honest? What kind of character is she playing? A character? Do you think?
No, I think she's like very authentic. Like just enjoys wrestling.
Yeah, she's big on TikTok and Twitch and stuff, and it's like I was talking about it the other day with somebody was asking me. They were like, "Do you know her?" And I was like, "No." And they're like, "But you guys live in the same city." And I was like, "Yeah, but that doesn't mean like because it's a bigger city. It's not like I know everybody."
Yes, there are tens of thousands of other people in my city I don't know as well.
But the reason they asked is like, "Well, you guys both do wrestling content," and I was like, "Yeah, but she's on another level than I am, which is fine."
Invite her on your podcast.
I should be like, hey, listen, we got to make this happen.
Yeah. Although, like, Montreal, for me, sometimes feels like, despite being one of the biggest cities in Canada, feels like a small town sometimes. like, I legitimately like know Kevin Owens' sister-in-law. Sami Zayn lives in my neighborhood, or in, like I run into him every so often when I finish work. Like,
Oh, Scott's saying she's doing a watch along right now as well. She's great. Scott's hanging out in there too.
Do you ask him whatever happened to El Generico every time you see him?
No, but like one time, what's funny was like that's how I met Zach. Was like Zach shopped at the store I work at, and he was wearing a like Sami Zayn El Generico shirt. Or no, it was just a Generico shirt, and I made like a Sami Zayn joke, and we became friends, and we like started seeing each other at shows and hanging out.
Hell yeah, that's how you do it.
One time, I was legitimately walking home from work, and on the other side of the street, I see because I met her once before. I see Sami Zayn's wife first, and I see her because she's pointing at me because I'm wearing a Sammy for Syria shirt, and she's like pointing at me and laughing, and like they come running over across the street to say hi. They're both very nice people. Guess what? Like they're absolutely like him and his wife, absolutely great.
I mean, that's not really that surprising,
Yeah.
to be honest with you.
I'd
But
be more
that's
surprised
awesome.
if you're like, what if he's a real piece of shit, that Sami Zayn. I'd be like, oh, man, that'd break my heart.
Every once in a while, you hear that about a celebrity, and you're like, really? Them?
Yeah.
Right?
No.
Like, I heard somebody say that he's not necessarily an asshole, but when he's not on camera, Conan O'Brien is a completely different person.
See,
Makes sense.
that's like I kind of like all like those late night hosts are kind of weird, but like Conan, I've also heard that like at least from him and like his and like other people who have met him, I've heard like a couple people met him like that he does like play it up a little bit when like they're actual like big fans of his. It just depends when you catch people too. But like I've heard like
sure, if he's just
talk
trying
about,
to
like-
if he's just trying to get a coffee or something, he's
Yeah.
probably not going to be all hyper.
like legitimately I ran into the day of like a house show last in December. I ran into Becky and Seth because like they were definitely just having coffee with Sami Zayn because they were walking out of the coffee shop near my work, and like I literally just said hi to them because like it's like the dichotomy of life. Seth was struggling with his child's car seat in one hand.
Yeah.
Becky had their child in her like was carrying her child. So I'm like, I'm not going to bother them very long. I'm just going to say hi and I'll say I'm seeing them at the house show tonight.
See, like, I have this weird thing where if I saw Seth Rollins out in the wild like that, the only thing I could think of to do would be like yell something like, "I'll never forgive you for what you did in Ring of Honor, Tyler Black," or something, just to try to get a laugh out of him. And then I would just like wave and leave. Like I have no like I'm not one of those people who really wants to stop and talk to celebrities. But like making a guy like that laugh when he's just in the middle of trying to put his car seat in the car, that would be fun to me. Have you guys ever heard the stories? There's tons of them out there. I don't know anybody who's experienced one, but I've read about them online of what Bill Murray does to people in public.
No, I haven't.
So apparently he'll just randomly in Chicago sometimes, because you know he's always around. Apparently he'll sometimes go up and like he'll do something like whisper into somebody's ear or tap them on the shoulder, and he'll say something really weird, not like creepy or sexual or anything, but something funny. And then they'll turn around and realize who he is, and he'll just say something like, "Nobody will ever believe you that this happened," and walk away. And like that's just his little thing that he likes to do for fans, I guess.
Well, he famously doesn't have like an agent or manager.
Yeah, he just has like an 800
phone
number with a voicemail.
That's how you get him to do movies.
Sorry, I didn't realize I had a ton of Slack DMs going on. I didn't answer anybody last night when
Like I saw yours after I woke up at like midnight, and they're like,
Zach, JPJ, I had like a few. I was like, oh shoot, and they were like pressing issues. I must have heard early.
"Everything's on fire."
I was like, oh shoot, I better respond real quick. Becky Lynch winning, not a surprise.
Yeah.
Really fun chamber match. By the
Yeah.
way, the ladies matches, like was when they do these, like if it killed, like the Royal Rumble, the ladies killed it. This chamber match, they're killing it. Like, hell yeah, dude. I love it. You love to see it. Becky Lynch, Rhea Ripley. Do we think now? Last weekend on brunch, Spencer tried to convince us that Nia Jax could win tonight or this morning.
I made the same argument the week before too.
Did you? I missed. I wasn't on that one. So, is that possible? Do we see it happen? Do we see Nia Jax leave this Perth crowd just stunned? Becky and Nia, though, it's got story to it.
Yeah. I think it ends up at a triple threat. I think it pretty much stays the same graphic we just saw, except they take out the or.
Yep. Liv got Bianca, then Becky got Liv.
Yeah.
Scott, did you go over to Weezy's chat and tell her, plug out the other South Bend content creator says hi? It's so funny when she's like, I didn't realize she was from the city, and she started talking about it, and I was like, I know exactly what she's talking about. I drive past that every day. But that was a killer match. What do you think we're gonna have next? Probably
the tag titles, I would bet.
The tag titles,
or maybe the Grayson Waller thing.
Yeah, I was gonna say, do you do the Grayson Waller effect? And what do you think's gonna happen there? The Rock said he's not in Perth. And did they record SmackDown last night, or was that also recorded?
Those were pre-recorded.
Pre-recorded, because I noticed that Roman was at. I thought, oh, is Roman in Australia? And then I was like, maybe he's not, because it would have been silly to send all the people that were on SmackDown last night to Australia just to hang out. And we lost Lawrence. He said, "I'm not putting up with this bull. You ruined it. I didn't know it was recorded. I'm out." Dude, I don't pay for Peacock Premium, so I get the commercials. That hot honey pepperoni pizza from Pizza Hut looks fire.
I mean, they all do in the commercial, right?
Right, and then you get it.
And sometimes it is good,
Yeah. And other times, oh no, I get it. You know who's the worst at that? Where it's either on point or trash is Little Caesars.
See, I was about to say Papa John's. Is the worst offender for looking great in a commercial and tasting like garbage in real life. At least the one near me. I've been told by other people that Papa John's is great by them.
Yeah.
And I'm happy for them. But I also live near Chicago, and even in a town of 30,000 people, I have legitimately almost 20 places I can order pizza from.
Yeah. So why would you go Papa John's?
Well, it's not like a choice I would make, but you go to somebody's house and that's what they're having,
Yeah.
Oh, I clicked away for a minute. Where'd Lawrence go?
Yeah, I don't know. He just dipped out. I said that SmackDown was pre-recorded, and he got mad and said it's still real to me, damn it, and he left. He said Roman's not at the chamber. What the fuck? I'm out. And I was like, okay. No, he probably would to the back.
Wait. Who was eliminated? I missed that. Who was eliminated last?
Becky eliminated Liv. Liv got Bianca, and then Becky got Liv with the manhandle slam at the end.
Gotcha.
Not the order I had predicted, but like his predictability is not a bad thing. So Becky winning makes all sorts of sense. 40 years of WrestleMania. Are you a big gamer, Doc? Are you going to play the WWE game?
No, not this one. I like the WWE games are one I'll buy maybe every 5 years. I can't do the yearly release where it's not that much different.
Yeah. I might buy this one because of the 40 years of WrestleMania road, depending on what that mode is. But yeah, I get that. And I also don't play that much. I'm not a huge gamer. I try to play games, but like I'll get into modes where I'll play, like I'll sit down and play for like hours one day and then won't pick up a controller for like 2 more weeks.
I do the same thing.
Yeah, I don't know what it is. Like I like playing, but I'm not super duper because I'm also the type of guy that like if I'm playing a video game, I have to have something going on. Like I have to have like a wrestling on or something. Like I have to be watching TV while I play video games, which seems silly, but so if I don't have the perfect setup, I get bored easily, I guess. ADD.
Yeah, I mean it's definitely something I go in phases in too. So like right now, like I'll play a couple of rounds of Party Animals with Peggy and like Ryan or Mike from Indeed here and there.
And my kids were playing that last night. I was thinking about you guys.
And I was playing Pal World pretty heavily for like 2 weeks, and then a few days ago I was like, I need to put that game down for a little while and just chill because it is kind of an addictive game.
That's what they want with them video games. What's the last game I was playing? That was there he is. Just dipped out on us. You're muted.
Yeah, I know. I just went to grab a coffee.
Oh, you're good.
I made myself 2 now, so I've got a backup just in case.
Speaking of that, I actually need to run to grab a drink.
Yeah.
Well, they're just showing you the beautiful Australian touristy spots. So, some guy was caving. Ugh, caving. I will never understand.
I won't fall for your tourism commercials, Australia. I know everyone there is secretly a spider. They're all giant spiders. Sexy giant spiders. I know it.
Are you saying Josh Robinson is actually a spider?
100%. I've been onto his shit from day one.
That's why he's so good at content. He has this extra leg he can. All right, we're getting the tag team championship match, Judgment Day. Now, what are we doing, Damian Priest? What are you doing with this Money in the Bank? Are you gonna cash this thing in or what?
I think he just likes keeping random snacks in there.
Yeah, he's got
I would do if I was Money in the Bank winner.
He's got like little Debbie's, just zebra cakes, just packed to the gills.
Cash that shit in.
This is where I keep my oatmeal cream pies. I don't think the new Catch Republic gets the win here, but I do like this teaming. I don't know how I feel about the name, but I like the team.
What are we talking about? Dunn and Bate?
Yeah, I said I don't think they get the win here. I like the team. I'm not sure how I feel about the name.
The catch thing?
The new Catch Republic doesn't really flow off the tongue for me, but I get it.
I mean, their name in UK was British Strong Style, right?
Yeah, that's what. Why not just do that?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know how they make decisions like that. What's working in NXT, we're going to completely scrap on the main roster.
They make them with a dartboard.
But I'm just glad, and I said this on Thursday, we can't be too picky. We at least got rid of Butch. We'll take the small victories where we can.
I mean, oh my God, I made a joke about that because like I noticed randomly on the WWE website when I was looking at something that Humberto Carrillo's name is literally just listed as Berto now.
Yeah.
And I made a joke about like I posted a screenshot of that and I was like, you know what? If this is the price we have to pay to get Pete Dunne back, then I'm fine with it.
Yeah, you do that trade 7 days a week.
Twice on Sunday.
That's right.
That's the wrestling way, right?
That's right. All day, every day, and twice on Sunday.
So what is it again? New Catch what?
New Catch Republic.
That's a choice.
It's a name.
I mean, what was Drew Gulak's old stable called? Catch
20? No, not Catch 22. although that would work. Yeah, I know what you're saying. The Catch Crew. No, I don't remember now.
It was something like Catch Club.
Yeah.
Or something.
What did we used to do before like Google? When we would all just sit around and debate, we just all be
Yeah.
just lie. Yeah, dude, no,
My
totally.
uncle works for Nintendo. I know what I'm talking about. Oh my god! So, being 40, I remembered the days before Google was just a heavily used thing. I had an argument with a bunch of my friends in like 2002 or 2003, and I brought up the fact that Michael Jordan had been caught having an affair years earlier, and it led to his divorce. It was a very public thing. None of them remembered it or believed me and thought I was like either making it up or just out of my mind. And they're like, this guy is the beacon of like family values.
That's because he went 6-0 in the finals, and nobody ever brings up the bullshit he used to pull.
I literally like printed out an article and showed them all the next time I saw them, and I was just like, "You stupid bastards! How do you not remember one of the biggest news stories from our major city?"
Google has done well. It definitely has helped tame down probably fist fights among family members and friends. I used to remember getting into heated debates with people being like, "You're absolutely wrong," but not having any way to back it up. Now I'm like, "Look, it says it right here on the internet, so you know it's true."
Yeah, and we all know after watching with Jenny McCarthy that the University of Google is a great.
Yeah, don't get me started on the Michael Jordan glazing. Like, yeah, he is the greatest of all time, but people forget a lot of shit went down with him.
That dude definitely had his degenerate side, like massive gambler.
Oh yeah,
like, that was the whole thing.
I was just gonna say he certainly wasn't secretly suspended for 2 years.
Yeah,
and that's why he pursued baseball.
Yeah,
and filmed a movie that happened to coincide with its return to basketball.
Which I maintain to this day, Space Jam is the greatest documentary ever made.
So
that actually happened.
Here's my opinion on Space Jam. It's a terrible movie, and I love it. Like, it's not a good movie at all, but there are parts of it that make me really happy, especially Bill Murray just going like, "Yeah, Teamster picked me up and brought me." It's like that's one of those jokes that no kid is gonna understand, and every parent's gonna be like, "Ha, good."
Oh, Tom getting just booed out the building.
I'm gonna get a "We Want Mommy" chant going here soon.
Oh heck yeah! I hope and pray R-Truth like runs in. He's still got his bag. He's like, I'm here.
What do you think the flight time from Austria to Australia is?
Right? I don't know. I don't know geography. I'm not one of them smart guys. Oh, they're starting off hot here. Yeah, I definitely think that the Judgment Day retains here because that would be the Mania match, Awesome Truth and Judgment Day. Can we talk about just how R-Truth breathed so much life into that Judgment Day angle? Like, gave it even more legs?
Oh my god.
God, dude, he's like, I'm not kidding. If you were to ask me right now, Wrestlers of the Year, I would have R-Truth on a short list of 5.
Of characters, sure.
Well, isn't that part of wrestling, Doc? Your character work?
Sure, but how many matches has R-Truth had?
I don't care. I don't care. That man can wrestle.
He is a great wrestler. I wish he got a chance to show it more often.
Yeah.
He could wrestle -5 matches and he'd be on my list.
I think that was his thing.
Well, we had that debate. JPJ and I had that debate last year when we did the Beardy Awards. Like, I really pushed for Sami Zayn to be on the list of like Wrestlers of the Year, but he just hadn't wrestled enough with the bloodline stuff was more of just, and it was like, but he's killing it as a character, and he's so over. Like, where do you have to do wrestler and maybe do entertainer of the year? Because like, you get guys like R-Truth who are just absolutely killing it, but at the end of the year, you're like, well, he didn't wrestle any.
Yeah, like best gimmick, best character, that kind of stuff. Those awards, I think, are just as important as best technical wrestler.
Right. Because, yeah, nobody's going to confuse R-Truth with, like, Zack Sabre Jr. and Will Ospreay or anything like that. But he's absolutely breathing life into this show, and all of his segments are absolutely hitting. So maybe this year we'll have to introduce a new Beardy Award. The R-Truth Award of Excellence.
I like that. Man, oh my God, could you imagine how much money that guy would make if he was allowed to put a Cameo account up?
Oh.
God, if I'm the WWE, I'd be like, you can make a Cameo, R-Truth. We just want a percentage, like a small percentage.
Well, like they do that
because they make money hand over fist.
They do that for like Mania. They open up talent for like cameos.
Yeah, the Undertaker did like 100 one year.
Yeah.
If I had a choice between an Undertaker cameo and an R-Truth one, I'd take the R-Truth one.
Yep.
I'd be like, I'm glad to be here on Twitter shouting you out. What's this for? Your bar mitzvah.
The Undertaker is going to be one of two things. You're going to get the regular guy, Mark Calloway.
Yeah.
That's going to be boring. Or you're going to get the character and he's just going to be like, Pluggo. Which, I mean, yeah, that would be kind of cool, but like, R-Truth would be like, he'd give you a 4-minute video of hilarity, probably,
Yeah.
Have you guys ever bought a cameo?
Yeah.
I've never bought one, but the Sue promo at the end of Beards, Spencer bought that cameo from Sue.
That's awesome.
And it's the best purchase like he ever made for us, in the sense that like we were feuding with him and using various wrestlers that we knew to like help navigate the feud, and then he did that. It's like, well, I think he won.
Lawrence, who was the one you paid for?
I got Danhausen for my brother. My brother got Kevin Owens for his girlfriend.
Oh, nice.
And like the running bit is Kevin Owens is my brother's girlfriend Mandy's best friend. Like it was like during like lockdown 2, so it was like for her birthday. So we all like sent in videos, and like he spliced in Kevin Owens' cameo in there too.
Oh, that's awesome.
It was actually pretty funny because he just goes on a random train of thought.
You know who's a good cameo? I didn't buy it. My older kid's mom bought it for her boyfriend, Mick Foley, who I love Mick Foley. So she showed it to me because she knew that he went on for like 5 minutes. He gave him like 5 minutes and was just like definitely worth the money. So like Mick Foley rules.
Yeah, Mick Foley puts a lot of time and effort into those. Like he takes it seriously.
There was somebody famous who was doing really funny cameos specifically for people who wanted to break up with somebody. God, I can't remember who it was.
Oh, man.
But it was somebody you wouldn't expect. Like, it was like somebody like Tom Bergeron or something weird like that.
Like you're getting eliminated from Dancing with the Stars.
It was legitimately something weird. It was or like a Maury Povich or something. Like I don't remember.
Not only am I dumping you, but your dad is not the father. That's a twofer.
Like,
we
oh my
split
God,
this one.
You are not the father or the boyfriend. Oh, that's perfect. Oh my! Wait, no. It might have been Vanilla Ice.
Could you imagine wanting to break up with somebody so bad that you paid a celebrity to do it for you?
It might have been Vanilla Ice. Now that I think about it.
Oh, well, that makes sense. Good old Vanilla Ice.
No, I almost thought about getting one from Danhausen for somebody because he's actually really reasonably priced.
Yeah.
Was his good?
Yeah, like, and I timed it like right before. literally like the day before he signed with AEW and his prices went up.
Oh, nice.
Tyler Bate. I love me some Tyler Bate.
Man, the sun really stepped quick there, huh?
Yeah, I was just thinking that. It got dark fast. Which is always like when they do like WrestleManias over like on the West Coast, and it's like the Undertaker came out in the daytime, which is always a weird vibe. But then like you watch those clips back, and it looks like two separate shows: the daytime half and the nighttime half.
Yeah,
it always throws me. Like that huge moment where Seth Rollins did the curb stomp into the RKO, just always looks off to me because it's like the middle of the afternoon. I'm just conditioned to have nighttime wrestling, I guess, in my world.
Yeah, God, I don't even remember what event it was, but the first time the Undertaker came out in the sunlight, I'm like, this feels wrong.
Yeah.
He probably said the same thing. He's like, this is just not working. I don't have enough sunscreen on for this.
I mean, it might have been one of his later Mania matches when they wouldn't have been like the main event, you know?
Yeah. Well, a lot of his, like, I think, was it the match with Bray Wyatt in the daytime? Why do I feel like it was? But I could be wrong.
Now I remember what it was. Wasn't he at WrestleMania 9?
Yeah.
The outdoor one?
Oh, yeah. Wasn't that the Giant Gonzalez?
Yep.
Yeah. That was in the daytime. Definitely was.
I remember that was the first time where I was like, that's weird.
The Ministry of Darkness in the daylight. Oh.
But I will say that, like, the old WCW pay-per-views that took place at outdoor events, like at Sturgis and on the beach, those were fun.
Yeah. I actually would love to see AEW do some more of those, like, kind of venues. Just
That's
like
what people thought Beach Break was going to be when they announced it, and then it wasn't.
Yeah. Well, because again, and I hope they, obviously I want them to sell out these venues, but if you're having trouble selling out 10,000 seat arenas, why are you doing them? Go do some fun little smaller intimate stuff. And plus I'm a sucker for Tony Schiavone in a cutoff jean jacket vest. Welcome to Hog Wild.
Oh my god, I was just thinking about Hog Wild when you were saying that. That's so funny.
My gosh, Josh Robinson saying hello from the Elimination Chamber. His data isn't working that well, so he can't hear y'all, but he's saying hello. He's having a blast. Josh, I know you can hear us. Dude, having a blast. He's there right now. Live on location.
Gosh.
But yes, I miss me some Tony Schiavone in a jean jacket. And they just were cool setups, like the bash at the beach, and then like when the week after Hogan was the third man and they did that NWO, it was in that outdoor venue. Like it just looked cooler. It felt like a bigger deal. Like I miss it.
Remember when the Giant debuted at Bash at the Beach and threw Andre the Giant's shirt at Hogan?
Yeah.
And there was a small implication that they were going to book him to be Andre's son, and then they immediately abandoned it.
Probably a good idea. Probably a great move. Scott saying, great job to Josh on his videos. Absolutely. If you're watching this and you haven't already, go to this channel. Josh Robinson has all his interviews up with Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, Seth Rollins, Rhea Ripley he talked to as well. Is there one more? Oh, Bianca Belair, the EST. Yeah, he did the press junket. It was awesome.
The tweet Zach posted with him and Nia Jax being like, this looks like a sitcom screenshot. That was really funny.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that looks like an odd couple, like one of those roommate sitcoms where it's like, did you leave the milk out again? What have I said about crossing over to my stuff? I'd watch that, Josh and Nia, all day. Oh, bait. That didn't look like that was going to hit. I don't know how he pulled that off. I thought he was going to get clipped by those ropes. Dominic Mysterio. There's another guy that you could be like, character of the year.
No.
He plays it so well.
I'm gonna ignore that.
What? No love for Dirty Dom?
Do you not know what my nickname for Dominic Mysterio is?
No, I don't remember. If I do, I don't remember. It's too early.
Dominic Mysterio is the Shamrock Shake of pro wrestling.
Oh, that's right. Yes, I have heard this before.
Because it was green and vanilla.
Uh-oh.
Oh, is he getting the boot? Are you booting Dirty Dom? Where's the second official when you actually need him? They have two officials to kick out Dominic Mysterio.
But there's black for a minute.
Yeah, mine is too.
Yeah, mine went black earlier. It comes back.
That's the AEW move. Lights out, somebody shows up.
No, it was just technical difficulties.
Yeah. But yeah, where's the second official when you actually need him for some big main, like all these Roman Reigns bloodline stories? All of a sudden the refs are blind, but Dominic Mysterio does one thing and they're like, get him now. We gotta preserve the legitimacy of this outcome. Uh-oh. Oh, dude. I hate when he does this to the... Oh! When Pete Dunne does the finger manipulation and when Shayna does that stomp she does on when she twerks the elbow, I cringe every time. I know wrestling is scripted, but it's still... Oof.
Well, I mean, the first time she ever did that stomp was when she legitimately injured Dakota Kai on accident.
Yeah.
And then it became, like, her thing.
Which it looks like we're getting Dakota Kai back in action sooner than later. I saw that she's advertised for next week on SmackDown.
Well, I'm sure she'll be there to discuss the breakup thing.
Yeah.
I thought it looked like a match graphic, but I mean, I'm all for it. More Dakota Kai with her back in the fold. That'll be fun. But it's still only 3-on-2, Dakota and Bayley versus the other three. Is there somebody in the mix that wants to partner up with Bayley and Dakota to even the odds? How he does that without messing up the rope stuff that Bate does?
Yeah.
Like, how many times do you think he's practiced that to perfect it? The first few times he's just like, right in the eye.
Which spot are you talking about specifically?
Just like when he does like the ropes, when he bounces off the ropes and he clothesline Priest there, and then he bounced off that rope with his like shoulder and head, and he like catches it. I don't know how to explain it without looking silly, but the rope's there and he catches it with his neck and bounces off of it for momentum.
I know what you're talking about because Kofi Kingston used to do that move a lot.
Yeah, I just feel like that takes lots and lots of practice. That probably is a lot harder than it looks.
All of it is a lot harder than it looks.
Right. But that specifically where you look at it and you go, oh, that seems easy enough. But no, I feel like that would be the miscues on that. The first few times you try it, you just miss the ropes completely and fall on your face. Which, did anybody see the Grayson Waller or no, the Austin Theory stuff making rounds where he was cussing like that reporter guy or that?
Which, like, I don't understand how you're a reporter in 2024 and still try to play. Either you're playing like the gimmick, like it's fake, right, or like you're just openly ignorant and can't Google wrestling.
Yeah, is that legitimate?
We all you don't know at this point that yes, it's scripted. And two, they do take risks, and it does hurt to wrestle. From a journalism standpoint, it's just lazy, or you're just doing the same joke a million people have done.
Because Yeah, because Theory was not having it. They were like off air, and the guy's like, "It's fake, right? You know, it's fake." And he's like, "What the fuck? You bring me on my show to bring me on your show to clown me?" And he's like, "I'll slap the shit out of you."
Yeah.
Yeah.
That part is almost what made me wonder if it was a little bit of a work.
Right.
But I don't know if they'd be working with some small-time Australian guy to do a work like that, you know?
Right.
I mean, I guess maybe just for the social media moment.
Yeah, it does get some press as a pub.
But it's also, to me, it's one of those things like, it's like what Larry David was talking about. Like, who cares? That guy's not in the business, nor is he a fan of it.
Yeah.
So,
I always ask the other wrestlers that I interview for my little spotlight pieces, like how they feel about when people say that to them, and it's always fun to see their responses. A lot of them say like, "Well, if they're not fans, I'm not going to be able to convince them otherwise. So why even waste my time?"
yeah,
because that is true. Because I mean, as a wrestling fan, I get that. How do you like this fake stuff? I mean, yeah, it's scripted. Oh, and then we got Scott saying, "Shout out to Trent Seven on the Brimminghammer." Oh, Judgment Day retains. Shout out to Trent Seven. He's over there at Impact doing his thing with Speedball Mike Bailey.
Yeah. Speed Mountain.
Speed Mountain, baby. Which I didn't watch No Surrender last night. I have to circle back, but I did do the preview show with SP3. That was a lot of fun. I accidentally called Brian Myers Kurt Hawkins. And SP3 goes, "You called him by his slave name." And I went, "No. I'm sorry. My bad." He goes, "It's been 4 years." I go, he's always Kurt Hawkins to me. So, and then of course I picked Khan to win, and he didn't like that either. So maybe I won't be invited back to those. But shout out to True Heel Heat for having me. Yeah, that made sense. That was a good match, solid match. I knew they were retaining. He said this show is very predictable, but it's still been good matches.
Yeah, and the crowd's been hot for all of it. That was a fun match.
Yeah.
Okay, Cody Rhodes is next. He literally just tweeted it. Oh, do you fuck up his finger?
So what do we think is going to happen with this Grayson Waller effect? Are they going to get a match out of it somehow? Do we see some bloodline interaction? Because Roman talked to old Grayson Waller last night on SmackDown. I don't remember what happened there because I started watching LPW, but it's an interesting decision. Oh, I'm getting a promo here with Seth Roman, Rock, Cody.
Yeah.
Me too.
Okay, I just want to make sure that wasn't like some random commercial.
Well,
I've been watching
I'm on the lower Peacock tier, so
okay, I am too. I'm a baller.
What is this? Oh, are they advertising Crown Jewel or something?
No, it's they're like museum type thing they made in Riyadh, which, never going to see that ever. Thanks for that.
We can't get a physical Hall of Fame, but that exists.
Yeah.
Like, literally, just make a part of your office building with Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
Or, like, maybe, like, a warehouse nearby, like your WWE warehouse.
Or, hell, make it attached to the Performance Center.
Yeah.
There you go. This is where it all starts, and this is where you can end up. Kind of thing, like in the Performance Center to the Hall of Fame. Yeah, that makes sense. I would go.
Big circle.
Yeah, full circle, dude. Why not? They've got so much.
Oh, sorry.
As I say, they have so much content across so many different channels. It's so hard to like get it all in.
Yeah.
They're just promoting the A&E stuff. I forgot they were on A&E.
Me too. I forgot what I was going to say. It's late or early.
Late for you. You definitely you've been up all day. Crazy, man.
Yeah, it's 5:30 a.m.
Well, that's it, right? After this segment, it's the chamber, right? What's left?
Yeah. The chamber.
No, Rhea and
Rhea
Nia.
and
Nia. That's
yeah.
right. That's right. Yes. So we got 2 matches left. So it's like this thing felt like it was flying through. It's only 6:30. I say that like it's only 6:30. There's Owen's pick, my son's pick to win the chamber, Bobby Lashley. I didn't have the heart to tell him he was wrong, but this is so you're going to be very disappointed when you find out he does not.
Watch everybody be shocked and laugh.
And Owen's like, "Told you, Dad." That's just because that's his favorite wrestler. He always picks. He picked Becky Lynch too. His new thing is that he's got a bunch of little action figures now. He's starting to compile quite a collection, and every day he does a new setup, and he'll FaceTime me, go, "Dad, look at my new setup, so I can play." He's like, "I have to show it to you so I can take it apart and play with it," and he like stages everybody, and really, he's actually getting pretty good at it. And he'll like watch videos on YouTube on how to do it. Like he's only 5. Kid's becoming a diehard wrestling fan. I hooked him early. One of my 4 kids is finally a wrestling fan.
You know what I wish I had been able to save was when I was like 10 or 11, a friend of mine and I made stop motion wrestling matches with my action figures.
Oh, nice.
Like, my parents had a camcorder, and we would literally like set up a frame, and it wasn't designed for stop motion, so we would just click record and then click stop like immediately.
Oh, and, nice.
Like it looked shitty and cheesy like you'd imagine it would on a little VHS tape, but like there was a couple of them that we got to look surprisingly cool.
That's awesome.
And I have no idea like where any of those tapes are. I'm sure I probably taped over all of them with random crap over the years, and then just eventually threw them out because they were VHS tapes.
Yeah. You're like, damn, that would have been kind of fun to look back on.
Do you guys still own any VHS tapes?
Yeah, I still have like a few bands. I think I have some family videos that like I eventually want to like digitize.
Do I have any? No, I don't think I have any currently. Not too long ago, though, I did have a decent collection of like VHS tapes and was still rocking with them. But I think we finally just got rid of all of them, or they're in storage.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, we have a media case full of DVDs I don't even watch because everything's on streaming now.
Oh my god, me too. I think I have a little, like, just under or just over 900 DVDs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I was a big collector for a while, but I haven't bought a new DVD since they released the 4th Futurama straight to DVD movie.
Oh wow!
Yeah. But like, I honestly think like Blu-rays within the next few years are going to come back because all like the streaming services are acting so terribly and just like deleting whole show, like all like no one owns media anymore. Like even if you buy or rent something digitally, they can just take that shit away.
Well, yeah,
delete the movie, and you can like the only way to find a lot of shit is to pirate it now.
Yeah.
Didn't Max do that with like 2 shows?
Yeah, and like they're that like that whatchamacallit, the Looney Tunes, but Thing movie that was supposed to come out that they just delete. They're
Oh,
straight
the
up
Wile E.
deleting.
Coyote one.
Yeah, that's supposed to be really good. They got great test screenings, and they're just straight up deleting for tax purposes, which is like insanely shitty. That like people have worked hundreds of hours on this fucking movie, and you're just ditching in the trash randomly.
I mean, Batgirl, same thing.
Yeah.
That's why I like to, like with video games, I like to own the physical copy because, think, if they ever decide to pull that, then you're just like, well, I just spent all that money for a digital, and they're just going to take it away. I have a bunch of DVDs because, like, before we bought this house and we were living in an apartment, we didn't have internet, like we didn't have Wi-Fi, like good Wi-Fi, so we would just go down to like the local like resale shop that we had, and we would just buy a bunch of like $2, $3 movies, and that's how we like loaded up on them. And now it's like we moved up in the world, we got solid Wi-Fi, baby. So now they just collect dust.
There are
That's
things
right.
I'll never get rid of for sure, but yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna keep them, yeah, because you never know. But
You know what I did see?
let's hear this reaction for Theory real quick.
Um,
They don't like Theory, and they still don't like Theory, but they're gonna love his buddy.
there was a guy on Etsy who was making like end tables and coffee tables and things out of VHS tapes and selling them.
Oh, nice.
It was pretty cool. I thought about getting one, but I had nowhere to put it.
You'd thought Austin Theory would get some of the Grayson Waller happy rub, but no, they're like, he's coming out here and just saying, F you guys.
Well, I get the feeling a fight is going to break out because they don't have the big desk in there.
He just goes, I had a bloomin' onion from Outback Steakhouse, a real Aussie meal.
I mean, that plays more to Americans though, too, because that's an American franchise.
I know.
I think the guys who started it said they had never even been to Australia when
Yeah.
they first started the restaurant. And for years, the guy who was doing the voiceover there for their commercials was from New Zealand.
Oh my god, that's peak American.
I can count on one hand the amount of times I've been to an Outback Steakhouse. I don't usually.
Oh, me
And-
too. I think it's literally like 3.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll say that the food was fine, but it certainly wasn't as good as the price made it seem like it would be.
Yeah. Yeah. The
And
price.
not that it was like A+ expensive things, but it was pricier than like a Chili's steak would have been.
Yeah, and you're like, well, you expect a little bit more, but he's really over right now, and he's got the flag going. Is he going to completely do the 180 or lean into the people liking it? He just took that person's flag and threw it on the ground, but not in a bad way. But that flag's probably $50. He just snatched it off that fan, and now he's doing a shoey. What is that? What's he drinking there?
Who's the guy who's doing a...
I don't know.
Probably like an Aussie rules football player
Probably.
or a rugby
yeah.
player.
Oh, I'm looking at the jersey now, yeah.
Yeah.
Have you ever done a shoey?
No.
Not with my shoes, I wouldn't be. That's for sure. I'll pour my sparkling ice water in a shoe and do it if we get enough super chats.
Yeah.
I don't drink, so I wouldn't be doing a true shoey. I'd be doing the sober shoey.
I mean, would you go buy a new shoe just for that?
I would buy a new shoe to do a shoey if that was the move, but isn't a true shoey the shoe you're wearing? Because they took them off at the press conference. Granted, I'm sure those shoes were pristine.
He just had somebody toss him those shoes.
Yeah.
Yeah, those shoes. But did you see at the press
By the way-
conference when him and Rhea did it? They took their shoe off.
Those shoes kind of looked like the Donald Trump shoes. Like,
Yeah, they
out of
did.
my head.
Grayson's like, that's not the first shoey I've done today. I'm wasted right now. He looks a little like he's been partying hard. All right. Do you think Theory and Waller are going to mention Seth dressing like Becky Lynch? Can we stop that gimmick anytime soon, please?
Yeah.
You raided your wife's closet? That's getting played out. Oh, he's got the third eye.
Yeah, I was gonna say he's wearing Velveteeny Dreams glasses when I saw him.
Terrible timing too.
Yeah,
Yeah. I don't remember which promotion that was that booked
Dynasty.
him. God.
Yeah, Dynasty Wrestling.
Not only booked him and then like
Fuck those
completely doubled down and tripled down on it.
It's the self-aggrandizing tweet for me. Like, you fucking piece of shit, guys. You know, we're really just like Jesus, giving everyone second chances. Congratulations, us. You're welcome.
Wait. Who
Garbage.
said that?
Like, they didn't say, but they Dynasty Wrestling. They basically tweeted out like, we're like after booking Velveteen Dream, they're like, not everyone had the courage to give people second chances, but we did. And like we believe somebody has a second chance to achieve their dream, and they obviously capitalized dream because he wasn't douchey enough. The fucking tweet.
Well, and what was worse about it too was that like it just felt like they didn't tell anybody he was going to be there talent wise. So you didn't run that by your locker room,
or Rita Chatterton.
Yeah.
Also, Owen walks around the house doing this chant. My wife was like, "What is he doing?" And I was like, "It's the Seth Rollins."
Did you guys see that TikTok that was going around of that wife who was secretly filming her husband randomly doing the LA Night throughout her day for just no reason? and then he eventually like caught on to the fact that she was filming and laughed about it, but like it's so funny.
I do that with Owen too. And it is, well, I took Mrs. Pluggo to Fastlane when I went to Fastlane, and she didn't understand at the time like some of this stuff. And I said, we're outside. And she's like, why are people just yelling? Yeah. And I said, that's what wrestling fans do. It's LA Knight's thing. I said, if you're in this group of people, you could yell out a catchphrase and 30 people are going to, follow suit. It's like, she's like, this is such a crazy phenomenon. I was like, yeah, this is what we do. So we're nerds. You just yell out, yeah. And then 30 people are like, yeah.
One of the things in the TikTok was she's in like the hallway behind him, and he's in the kitchen pouring cereal, and he's just going Cocoa Pebbles, yeah. Like, it's one of those random things people do when they think they're alone.
Oh, that's what I do. Yeah. Oh, he's talking shit. Oh, he just called out the American education system. You're not wrong, Grayson. You're not wrong. But hey, now you're using those big words, Grayson Waller, and I'm going to take it as disrespect.
I've never seen any stats on what the Australian school system is like, though. So
yeah,
who knows?
You never see. That's the thing. Yeah, we never see stats on the other countries. They're just like the American school, but it isn't great.
Well, I mean, the one they always go is like, we're number 37 in math, and Japan is number 1. What's going on? It's like, all right.
Hey, somebody's got to be 37th, We all can't be 37. That's just every time I hear 37, reminds me of Clerks.
In a row?
In a row? Still one of the great lines. Try not to eat the parking lot. I gotta get back here. Oh, try not to get us demonetized on this bright and early.
Yeah.
Well, it's official, guys. If you guys were, Cody Rhodes is over. Didn't know if you guys knew that or not. If I'm Grayson Waller and I'm Austin Theory, I ask him, why did you give your spot to The Rock? Everybody wants to know why you did that blip on the radar on Friday night and you haven't explained it yet. If you're true journalists, you'll ask him. Because that's the only reason I have not bought in completely to this story is because they pulled that and never explained why, and then just completely acted like it never happened.
Pretty much.
And it just like, and I know everybody keeps telling me story, just let the story play out, But I argued, if you were watching Titanic and you like middle of the Titanic movie, all of a sudden they cut to a scene in Good Burger and then went right back to like the Titanic, you'd be like, why did you do that? You got to explain that plot hole, that big hole to me. Why did you just do that?
I'm sorry, but a scene from Good Burger randomly being thrown in the middle would make Titanic infinitely better.
Right, but if they never explained why they did that, you'd be like, what just happened here?
That's why it would be the greatest movie ever at that point. You're talking to a person who has genuine love for Howard the Duck.
Okay. That's a nice suit, Cody. Howard the Duck. I don't know much Howard of the Duck, so you'll have to explain that to me.
It was funny, after the second fireworks pop, I was like, wow, that was a little understated for Cody. Then the ones outside happened. I'm like, yeah, that makes sense.
Oh, we got the bear.
Big Josh.
Does anybody else find it funny when they do the big fireworks pop on the dome stadiums?
Yeah.
For these wrestlers. They like cut outside and like, look at this awesome fireworks setup that we have here at the Staples Center.
I sometimes wonder if like what non-wrestling fans think is going on when that happens.
Cody. I would cut him off right here if I'm Waller. Because this is my talk show, bro. Why you gave your spot to The Rock? There we go.
Seth putting up the one and then taking it back.
Oh, Seth Rollins got scoops. Does he think he's Jeremy Lambert with the scoops? Okay, that was a big deal leading up. He's medically clear.
Because it's WrestleMania 40, the biggest WrestleMania of all time. Grayson, the world is going to sing my song. And I'm going to do what only I can. Put on a show like nobody on this planet. Because I am a visionary. I am a revolutionary.
Rollins trying to bring back the Jinko look.
I was thinking that too. Like some big ass pants.
Cody, we have the opportunity this season to do this WrestleMania main event in history.
I was never into the Jinkos, strictly because we couldn't afford them.
No, I never had big pants of any kind like that.
No. My mom was like, "How much are those?" And I'm like, and I don't know if I would be comfortable in those even.
Why are they twice as expensive? Because there's twice as much denim as regular pants, Mom.
Yeah, everybody's got them, Mom. Come on. Seth's reaction to that. I'm a fan of Dwayne the Rock Johnson. Huh? The fuck? Do you think he's? Are they showing up? Did he swerve us? Is he going to be there? Fruity Pebbles eating ass.
Wait, what? I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, Cody cried.
What's this about Fruity Pebbles?
Oh, Cody's just going through all of Fruity Pebbles. Sounds good right now. I don't have any.
God, I don't think I've had Fruity Pebbles in 25 years.
No, Fruity Pebbles are a staple here. We just don't have any right now. That's Mrs. Pluggo's favorite cereal. And then she buys it, and we eat it all before she gets to it. She gets pissed. It's awesome.
I'd say 9 times out of 10 these as an adult, like I buy Honey Nut Cheerios, and then like the 10th time is something random. Like I saw Cinnabon made their own cereal, and I'm like, sure, I'll try that.
You would. You're like, I go out I get that Honey Nut Cheerio. It's good for the cholesterol. It's good for the heart. Heart healthy.
I legitimately love the way it tastes.
No, Honey Nut Cheerios is fired. Regular Cheerios trash. But yeah,
Honey Nut Cheerios. I actually like too is the multi-grain Cheerios.
Yeah, those are solid too.
They have like a little bit of a sweetness to them.
Mm-hmm. I don't know if I like Seth and Cody being like friends. Oh, he's really good. So how do we do this? How do we get Cody and The Rock? Because Cody's leaning heavy into The Rock right now, not talking much about Roman at all. But the match is Cody Roman.
Or is it Cody Roman Rock?
Right. That's what I'm just like. How are we going to get there? Oh, Cody's making an announcement.
Rock, you indeed slapped me across the face. And at WrestleMania 40, I am wrestling Roman Reigns in the main event. But until then, I am wide open.
Ooh.
Let's make it official. Rock, I want to wrestle you one-on-one, anytime, any place.
Interesting. Oh, I thought they were chanting now.
But is this where Seth is like, I want to fight him too. Let's have a tag match.
Oh, okay. Interesting. That's a good point.
So if and when The Rock decides to take you up on that challenge, just know you won't be fighting that battle alone. And we have, ladies and gentlemen, another scoop on the Great Award of the best goal show in Whoa. Hold up. Hey, shut your damn mouth. Let me get this straight. You think you're gonna face The Rock? Is that what you think? Huh? That's what you think, right? It doesn't matter. Hey, you got it, man. That was pretty good. That was pretty good. That was pretty good, but I got more. You got more. You got another one?
Don't,
Austin Theory has come to Perth, Australia to finish his story.
What's going on here, Austin? There, why are you being a dick?
That's your boy, right? It's good. Yeah. Hey, you got the big one? You got the big one? You know, you got the big one. Come on. Check it out. Take the jacket off. Come on. Come on, big body. Take the jacket off. Show him. Show him what it's all about. Yeah, that's it. Come on. It's some
All right.
That was actually really funny. Keeping the mic near his mouth the whole time was great.
Grayson's like, these people like me. I'm not I'm just hanging out. So did we just see the end of Grayson Waller and Austin Theory as a duo?
Sorry. Sorry, Grayson Waller protecting the plant there at the end. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, not my plant. Leave it alone. That's my friend. How do you think The Rock feels about Austin Theory stealing his lines?
Oh, I'm sure he's cool with it.
Okay, so so that's an official challenge to The Rock. Is that going to happen? Rock and Cody night 1, and then Roman Cody night 2, or because there's not another pay-per-view before Mania, but I don't know how I feel about The Rock wrestling before Mania either.
I mean, they could be setting up a SummerSlam match this far out for all we know.
Yeah, that's true as well. Maybe Rock says, if you beat Roman at Mania, I'll face you. Could do that too. Because The Rock's
like maybe
going to
The
show
Rock-
up and take it. He's not going to go, yep, I'm in.
Maybe after Roman loses, The Rock is like, I'm going to step in for the bloodline and get that title, and then he loses too.
And then Super Cody. We're on a Super Cody run.
And then he beats John Cena.
Yep. Are you guys getting that Capital One?
I am, yeah.
It's a random. Liv and Jey Uso are just hanging out.
Yeah.
Thanks, Capital One.
It was like when they had, what was it, Bianca and Sheamus doing commercials together.
That was wasn't that like when they were doing like Uber Eats or something, or it was like one of those?
It was something for food.
She's like, Sheamus, you ate my food.
Or oh my god, because she was in them with the Prophets too, and she was like, Dawkins, why'd you get so many paper towels? Or something weird like that.
The WWE advertisement commercials are always so corny, but I tend to enjoy them all. So we're going to get Rock versus Cody. Seth wants in on it. It's going to get interesting. I don't know how you tie all this stuff together on the road to WrestleMania, but we'll see. As all the internet haters have told me, I just need to let it play out.
I don't know why, but all of a sudden I'm a bit feeling to fly to Western Australia. I think we should all just go to Western Australia right now.
Yeah. It's weird you're feeling that way.
Yeah.
What could possibly?
I
That's
don't know.
essentially what these are. They do these with all of these pay-per-views. It's like the cities pay an absorbent amount of money for it and then just make it one big tourist video. They do that
They
with
were bad
Saudi.
about it with the Saudi ones for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, come to Saudi. It's a beautiful place. And you're like, no, I'm good. All right, Drew looks ready to go. It's got to be Drew, right?
I hope.
It's just the most logical in my mind. He's on fire, but there is that elephant in the room that he hasn't re-signed, so that's why people are thinking maybe not. But they are putting a lot of effort into a guy that hasn't re-signed yet.
So I'm going to guess that somehow Logan Paul eliminates Kevin Owens, and then we get Owens taking the title from Logan at Mania.
I have it LA Knight and Logan. It's my Mania match.
Really?
Yeah.
That's what I just think, but that's not a bad idea either. Him and KO again.
I mean, they're keeping the feud going because, like, KO has made it work, you know?
Somebody did float the idea, though, that the way that Logan Paul has been kind of like needling at management and stuff and doing that it will be challengers for him at Mania. Maybe it's like a 4-way or something. Maybe you get LA Knight, Kevin Owens. You could throw someone else in the mix.
Yeah.
You know, kind of like stack the deck against Logan a little bit. These H&R Block commercials are so creepy with that big mascot. That's what I'm watching right now. Just some random big ass mascot playing with your kids on the front lawn. Tax mascot. What do you got, Lawrence?
I got the setup to the Elimination Chamber. Like it's basically like it ran earlier. It's the exact same one that ran before the women's one. It's just explaining the Elimination Chamber match.
So the men's chamber's next, huh?
Yeah.
That's what I've noticed about the way that the pay-per-views go now with Peacock. If you don't pay for the premium tier, is you don't get those recaps anymore. It's all commercials during the recap. So they used to not do that as much, but now it's every recap is missing. So, but if you pay attention to the product, you don't need the 5-minute recap. I guess I need these Nissan Altima commercials. I need the $7 Pizza Hut pizza.
Wait, I had a Toyota commercial.
That's what I meant. Toyota and Nissan. It's all the same. They're cars, Doc. Let's not split hairs here.
I just thought it would have been funny if somehow we both had different car commercials. WWE is double dipping.
Different markets. Even though I think we would be considered the same market.
Yeah, for international purposes, yeah.
Yeah. And now I'm getting an ad for Mike Braun, Republican governor for Indiana.
Hooray.
Oh, this commercial is shut up. It's bad.
Yeah.
Every Republican stereotype you could think of, he crammed into a 30-second spot. You're like, ew. Very cringe.
Watch me as I fuck this gun. God bless America.
You might as well have. What's unfortunate and sad is he'll probably win.
Yeah.
Indiana is habitually a red state.
Trust me, we're like Canada's about to elect the most dipshit, dumb, like lifelong. Like he keeps trying to be like, I'm a man of the people. He's been in Parliament since he's like in his 20s, and this dipshit's just going down the same like Trumpian right wing pipeline, like taking the exact notes from the States, and he's gonna win because people are just tired of Trudeau.
Ugh. Well, now you know how it feels to be down here.
Yep.
So I had ranked the chamber on my rankings. I had actually KO 6th because it's so stacked, and I just felt like there wasn't really a path. But now that Doc had said Logan Paul and him, I feel like you give him a good shot. I think Logan's gonna have a really good showing because he's a champion, but he's not winning. So I had LA Knight in him, like mixing up. Maybe Logan Paul hits him with the knuckles or something, and you could start. Because I think Logan Paul and LA Knight would have a really fun promo battle leading up to Mania. And then I just don't know what you do with Bobby Lashley, so I don't have him very high. Although Bobby Lashley and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania could be fun, but it's got to be Drew. It's got to be.
It's really the only thing that makes decent sense.
Yeah, like all the matches that you could have would be dope, but the only one that makes a lot of sense is Drew. And Drew this time around being like, I don't care if your knee's banged up or not. I'm picking you apart. I'm not letting my, honorable side get the best of me this go around. I'm just going to be the Scottish psychopath and take you out piece by piece at Mania would make the most sense, right?
For sure.
Yeah. Like last time, I came up short, but this is a new me. New year, new me. But then you got to find, Mrs. Pluggo is awake. Hi, Mrs. Pluggo. Your boy Kevin Owens is on the screen. She's a Kevin Owens fan.
Yeah. I do just have to salute notre vrai Premier Ministre, real Prime Minister, Kevin Owens. The Premier Ministre de Quebec, the Premier of Quebec.
Just walking into the arena with a koala in his arms.
Oh, yeah. I was going to mention that earlier.
So funny.
Like, I love Kevin Owens, just love of zoo animals. Like, I thought when he was doing his wrist tape, like right before the match, they should have had the koala sitting next to him.
And him like talking strategy.
Yeah. Also putting up wrist tape.
Listen, if things get hairy, I'm going to need you out there, Mr. Koala.
Somebody else from WWE posted a picture of the koala, and Drew McIntyre quote tweeted it with a picture of something talking about how koalas often are found to have chlamydia.
Yeah, I was about to say that. They have like the...
I don't remember who posted the initial picture.
Is she talking about me or Kevin Owens here? What do you guys think? Probably Kevin Owens. Mrs. Pluggo thinks Kevin Owens is a cutie pie. You missed Hot Pants. Hot Pants was on earlier. She calls Finn Balor Hot Pants.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, for a while, he would straight like point his dick at the crowd in his entrance in like short shorts.
I remember tweeting it was around the time that they cracked down on all the third-party stuff for the WWE stuff, and it was like, so-and-so can't have like an OnlyFans page, but you could show me zoom up shots of Finn Balor's crotch every 30 seconds. That's okay. But, God forbid Mandy Rose has like an OnlyFans.
Yeah. Which, shout out to that person, the one person who paid her $55,000. Absolutely insane. Fucking hell.
If you were wondering why Mandy Rose isn't signed anywhere, she doesn't need to.
Like, shout out to her hustle. Because, God, like, how much money do you make in a year? Or are you just, like, bankrupting your family? Like, sorry, son, you can't go to college. Daddy's got a serious problem.
That's a year's salary for most people.
Yeah.
Absolutely wild.
$55,000. And that's just one person. So everybody else that just gives her the, $10 a month or whatever it is. Like, if Owen is awake, Mrs. Pluggo, let him know Bobby Lashley's on the TV. It's on Peacock if you want to turn it on upstairs. I don't know if Owen would wake up this early or not. He might. He's a crazy person. Yeah, $55,000. What do you get for $55,000? Because I don't subscribe to that stuff, and I'm not just saying that because Mrs. Pluggo's on the screen. I'm just saying I don't have that kind of money.
Well, $55,000,
like the custom videos, I guess.
But does she do
Yeah.
that?
Like she might send out like
Like, I don't know.
Good
Like,
one.
I know her content is like, quote unquote, sexy, but like, she's not doing like pornographic stuff, is she?
I don't believe
Like-
so. Mrs. Pluggo saying I should start an OnlyFans only if I could charge by the pound. It's $5 a pound. I'm down if it makes this money. But yeah, I don't know what she does. I know that when the controversy hit, some of the videos were like teetering on that line, but I don't think
Yeah.
she's ever crossed said line. So
I
you're
think-
just getting $55,000 worth of stuff you could find on the internet for free. But hey, don't knock if it's working. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. $55,000. I wouldn't know what to do if like I had an extra 55. How do you like explain that to your tax guy? Listen, I'm gonna need to see the receipts for this this OF. What is this?
Like, is there a way to get that as a write-off that I spent $55,000 on OnlyFans?
Is that taxable income?
I used it for business.
Like the guy's accountant's like, there seems to be $55,000 just mysteriously gone from your
Yeah.
account.
Like, yeah, that's
Okay, yo.
that's crazy. I'll look into that. Yeah.
Yeah, it must have been fraud. Go ahead and flag that for a fraudulent charge. Nope, there's even a picture of you signing the receipt. Oh, that's not me.
I was hypnotized.
Oh, ooh, Kevin Owens headbutt.
Yeah,
the
that's
cage.
I just
Oh,
reacted to that
shit.
too. He was going off.
Oh, he's gonna fuck up Logan.
No, the
Paul
head
here.
print on there is fucking filthy now.
Oh.
He's gonna like
See, this
bust
is-
himself open.
This is where I think he's going to get the multi-man match at Mania for the U.S. title because he's going to piss all these dudes off and, pretty much just troll them. And I think they're just going to whoop the shit out of him and he's going to make a bunch of enemies here. But yeah, Kevin Owens is, oh, look at that. Ugh. That's unprecedented. Just have KO just bust the cage down now and enter the match.
Yeah. Well, like that's happened before, where like somebody's accidentally busted somebody's cage open. Like it gave way, and he just had to like awkwardly stand there for a bit.
Yeah.
And I think they eventually like let him in, or just like let him in a little earlier.
I think that might have happened with Dewdrop in the one she was in.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, drop. Why are you bringing up bad memories right now, Doc?
Hyphen.
Yeah.
Hey, shout out to the Randy Orton girl at
Yeah.
the press conference.
His
That lady went crazy.
I saw the same thing right after his match. I saw him favoring his thumb. Like I didn't think like it looked swollen. That's why the like immediately looked red. That's why I knew it wasn't like part of like the finger snap gimmick. Like it felt like looked like a legitimate injury. Like the second before they cut away. Like I commented that immediately.
Well, let's hope he's all right. Broken thumb. Oof. I like you don't know how much you use that thumb until
Yeah.
you can't use it. You know what I mean? Oof.
Uh-huh. Very much so.
But yeah, Randy or so yeah, this is like we were talking Thursday with Rick. Like, there's so many like places they could go with this particular match, and then whoever doesn't win it, they're gonna have to figure some stuff out. There's so much. They're so top heavy right now and loaded with talent that I argue like not everybody gets a spot at WrestleMania. Some people are gonna be left off the card. Granted, it is 2 days, but.
I
I
think
mean, there's the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle
Yeah.
Royal.
Well, they've been doing that on
doing it on
SmackDown.
SmackDown.
yeah.
I think you should do that on pre-shows. One each pre-show night. Why not?
Yeah.
You could bring that back that way, and have Colin Jost and Michael Shea
Oh God.
hide under the ring. I'm interested to see what kind of celebrity involvement we'll get at Mania this year. I think CM Punk will definitely be involved, and he should be on those pre-show panels again. He killed it.
Yeah.
But who? Philadelphia, Bryce Harper.
We'll get a
Oh no, it's gonna be
Jason
Kelsey.
Jason Kelsey. Can you get Jason Kelsey?
Him and his mom were literally at the PC.
Were they?
Okay. Like not long, like after the Eagles got eliminated, I think. But yeah, like him and his mom paid a visit to the PC. So like I would not be surprised with Jason Kelsey. I'm actually like kind of expecting it if both Kelseys show up, probably. Because they're both talked about on their podcast. They're both wrestling fans, like not necessarily current, but they have made several wrestling references.
Oh, that'd be a good get.
Yeah,
that's so common among athletes. I find
Yeah.
they're all like former wrestling fans. Some of them occasionally keep up with it, but a lot of athletes love it.
Yeah.
Well, I think like George Kittle, he keeps up. Then when they were in San Francisco for Mania, he was a part of it. They've done Gronk.
Well, George Kittle literally does the Zero Miedo after every first down.
Yeah. And then like I know that they had Gronk had a spot. So yeah, I mean, why not another tight end? Let's go. Let's get Travis Kelce and Jason Kelce in the mix.
Gronk and Mojo Rawley.
Oh.
Remember when they signed Gronk to a deal and then he just decided to play football again?
Yeah.
They're like, here's this multi-year deal for Gronk, and then he's like, nope, I'm gonna go hang out with Tom Brady and get me one more.
I'll be honest, for the best.
Yeah. When they kind of did him a disservice when they basically were like, you're hosting that WrestleMania, we want you to jump off this like 2-foot thing, and 75-year-old Vince McMahon's like, it's this easy, Gronk, and you're scared of it. And it's like, well, now I can't take you. You already had an uphill battle, and now we're learning that you can't do a 2-foot jump down without being afraid.
Yeah, because literally it's like 2 foot than everyone else that's catching you.
Yeah, and not saying like, trust me, like it is, if you've never done it, it might be scary, but like the way that they filmed it and put it out there, you kind of buried him.
Yeah.
Real bad.
Like right into the crash pads. Like
soon after he's like, yep, I'm gonna go play football.
Like, I have a really bad fear of heights. I can comfortably say I would have done that. Like the crash pad wasn't that high. Like legitimately, my fear of heights, I can't do nosebleed seats, especially like peering over the edge.
Oof,
I can't. I can't.
So like football stadiums.
Yeah, like I legitimately like it. Like triggers at like random times, but like yeah, like a full panic.
Is Drew in the pod, or did I miss the fourth?
No.
Nope, he's going to be the first two. Is he going coast to coast?
God, it's weird that I watched the sun come out while watching a WWE pay-per-view.
Right? Is that the first time I've ever seen somebody blow like steam on the glass and then write in it?
No, I was watching a women's Money in the Bank. Something like they did it then. People have done like hearts and stuff in there.
Logan Paul is just like, I got you.
And Drew just lifts his kilt. I love.
I'm telling you, whoever is like behind this version of Drew McIntyre deserves a raise. Like,
I kind of think a lot of this is him.
Yeah.
But somebody's got to be like, yeah, go ahead and do that.
But like a lot of what he's doing kind of reminds me of some of the stuff I saw him doing before he came back to WWE. Like, just kind of being a sarcastic heel jerk badass.
No, I love this version of Drew. Like,
so LA Knight clearly just had a firework go off, and they're showing a random section of the crowd. We don't get to see it.
Yeah, I heard a little pop, and I was like, "What was that?"
Terrible.
Oh, Mrs. Pluggo just texted me and goes, "Do I need to bring you an energy drink?" And I go, "We have energy drinks in the house right now." He's like, "Yes, please."
I legitimately have a Prime energy drink in my fridge. Yeah, my fridge.
Prime's. I like Prime energy drinks. I don't dislike Prime as much as I just watched the South Park Cred episode. Oh my god. I haven't watched South Park in years.
Yeah, I haven't. Like, I used to be like a huge South Park fan, and I dropped off.
And I was like, I was looking for something to just like nobody was home. It was just me, so I was like, there's no kids around, and I was like, they're making fun of the Prime energy drinks, so I'm watching Logan Paul wrestle, so why not? I was like, oh my god.
I met Matt Stone. Yeah, it was Matt Stone I met at a Just for Laugh show.
Nice.
I like this. I like what LA Knight is doing with this entrance right, just walking on pods and stuff.
Yeah.
I like that. Nice touch. You gotta get LA Knight a championship at some point, right? Like,
no, you know what you need to give LA Knight? You need to give him one segment in the ring with The Rock.
Yeah.
Oh, yes.
And then you gotta have The Rock call him out and be like, "You're just stealing my shtick." And LA Knight being like, "You're just mad because I do it better."
Yeah.
Thank you, honey. Thanks, Mrs. Pluggo.
What do you got there?
An Alani cherry twist. This is like the best one.
Never heard of that. I don't drink energy drinks. I've never even heard of that.
I have a problem. But no, yeah, Alani's pretty good. I didn't know that was in the fridge. I would have grabbed it already.
I had a couple of Red Bulls back when they first made them. Decided they weren't for me. This was when I was a teenager.
Well, I'm pretty sure I have a low-key caffeine addiction. Like, I have to have it. I don't even know if it works for me. Like, I'll drink an energy drink before on my way home from work sometimes, and I'll still find myself wanting a nap. I think it's just a habit at this point.
Yeah, no, caffeine has like minimal effect on me.
Yeah,
like I can legitimately have an energy drink and fall asleep half an hour later. Not even.
I was like that back when I had a normal day job and I was drinking like a pot of coffee a day.
Yeah. So it could be just the guy do it out of habit now, but it's because it's sterile and I like the taste.
It's weird to hear a CM Punk chant and not be like them hate because they hate the fight. It's because they were legitimately CM Punk was there and in the WWE and part of the storyline now.
Yeah, and you don't have Drew McIntyre calling out CM Punk this much if Drew's A, not staying, and B, you don't plan on paying it off at some point, right?
Yeah.
It would just be kind of like, oh, he took his ball home. Drew McIntyre's not here anymore. Oh, I love it. See, right there, he just did the go to sleep. Oh, this is such a good Drew McIntyre's money right now.
Yeah.
All right, who's going to be the first one out of the pod?
I'll say Orton.
Kevin's going to be last, you think?
I'd predicted earlier somewhere that it would be Kevin and Logan starting the match.
Huh?
I am clearly wrong.
That's okay. I'm never right with my predictions on anything. That's like when SP3 asked me to help predict TNA. I was like, "Yeah, dude, I don't ever get picks right. I famously just coined them as picks I'm sure to get wrong." But right now, I think I'm batting 1,000 because this has been a very chalk.
I'm ahead. He got one Logan Paul cut, so they had to cut.
Yeah, I'm at the.
Yeah, no, the next part's great.
I'm at the feed where I don't have any sound. How long did they cut? Oh, they cut the sound for a while.
Yeah.
Oh Jesus! Kevin Owens.
Yeah.
Kevin Owens for Prime Minister. Is that?
No, he is our unofficial Prime Minister.
Punching.
Oh, that's amazing.
Oh, they fucked up the count.
There
This is a fun spot with McIntyre.
Oh, they put it right in the middle of the screen.
Yeah, no, it was early.
All right, we said Doc said Orton. I think you're right. I think it's got to be Orton. It could be Lashley though. Oh, it's Kevin Owens. Okay,
Yeah.
so yeah. See, I don't get anything right.
Oh, come on. God
The
love my
fact
Prime
that
Minister.
Logan Paul has a higher rating than Bobby Lashley is crazy.
Yeah.
Right. What was it? What was the one that was like he had a 90 and it was some other person and I was like, how is that person so far down from Logan Paul? I can't remember who it was. It was on one of the show. It was on one of the shows over the last couple weeks.
It's probably somebody like Santos Escobar or something.
Like, don't get me wrong, Logan Paul is very, very good, but like a 90 is high. But I mean, I guess again, you'd factor in other things, but I know we always talk about how much people don't like Logan Paul, but he has taken to this pretty well. Like he does have put on some pretty good matches, so maybe he's like, I have to be 90. I drink Prime. That's what boosts him over the hump. Did you see Rhea drinking the Prime at the presser and being like, it doesn't taste good, but it's all I got?
Yeah.
It's like, damn, Rhea. Rhea Logan Paul feud coming up soon?
God, I wish they would allow intergender matches.
Yeah. I was on board of Rhea being in the United States title picture when Theory had it.
Yeah.
I was like, I believe it.
Or have her beat Gunther.
Yeah. Well, they did this. They kind of backed off on it a little bit during this run because she's been doing a lot of the Australian press tour, so she hasn't been as available, and she's been focused on Anaya. But there was that stretch there where she was mixing it up with a lot of guys on the roster, and it's like you're teasing a lot of like Rhea Ripley matches with these guys. Like I would be down with it.
I think the only one she had was like Akira Tozawa, right?
Yeah, she did. She slammed it. She slammed Zawa, but she would always get in the middle of this and be like, "Hit me! You're not going to hit me." Well, of course not. They're not going to do it, but let's do it. Like I would see that. If you put Rhea in this chamber match, I'd pick her to win. Take out Randy Orton. KO's a national treasure. Throwback said he made it to the men's chamber before his epilepsy symptoms came. I wish he could send me some Dunkin' Donuts. What should I expect at an AEW live show? I'm going in 2 months. I don't know. I've never been to an AEW live event, but I've heard that they're super, super fun. Yeah. I assume he's talking about big business. I would assume a historic night in wrestling, or at least that's what Tony Khan has said. But I expect you're getting Mercedes there. Okada, maybe. Is he just going to empty the clip at Big Business?
Yeah, I feel like both of them might be.
Ospreay shows up.
Well, Ospreay's showing up this week.
Oh, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I don't know what to expect at Big Business, but I hear
Technical
AEW shows are a lot of fun.
They are.
Yeah, I've just never the few times they've been around, the timing just didn't work out.
I've only been to a few myself, but they were
Yeah.
all enjoyable for me.
I tend to have fun at any wrestling show I go to. Just like I can critique it while I'm sitting here talking to you guys, but when I'm at the show, I'm playing it up. You know what I mean? If I'm supposed to be cheering, I'm going to cheer. If I'm supposed to be booing, I'm going to be booing. I like to just play it, whatever it is. You know, I just get into it. There he is, Bobby Lashley. Let's go. If Bobby Lashley does not spear somebody through the chamber, I'm going to be disappointed. Through one of the plexiglasses.
I gotta be honest. I was more excited with what the women had been doing up to this point. The Drew stuff was pretty good between the pods, but
yeah,
it's kind of like the Rumble.
Yeah, the Rumble was like they knew the Women's Rumble. I think everybody played a good role, and there was a point to everything they did. The Men's Rumble just felt like we know we're doing Cody and Punk at the end, so let's just get there.
But yeah, it felt like the Women's Rumble had a lot of individual standout moments. You know?
Yeah.
Also, what's kind of missing from this men's match is there's not really like that. They're all kind of bruisers, man. They're brawlers. There's not that like person that's going to do that crazy spot. I mean, KO could do it, but they always throw like a Kofi in here who's going to do something off the top of a pod or
last year's Montez.
Yep.
He did that crazy spot.
Maybe Logan Paul would be that guy.
Yeah.
He could do it, but he's not in yet, so that it's delayed. Throwback saying, as Walter Cronkite would say, have a good day and a good night. Robin Williams would say, good morning.
Later throwback.
Throwback going back to bed? Yeah. I don't blame him. It's early. I still got to do 4 exposure at 10 o'clock.
Big day for old Pluggo.
And then it's like my daughter's birthday weekend, so we've got plans all afternoon. I was like, well, I guess I'm going to bed early tonight or late, depending on how it all goes.
So what do you guys give the time they're going to do for Rhea and Jax? You think they go over or under 15 minutes for the actual match?
I think over 15. I'll give it over.
I don't want to say this in a mean way, but has Nia ever gone over 20 minutes in a match?
Like
I want to say that she did actually have one semi-decent match with Charlotte that went a while.
Yeah.
But like,
and even Rhea, for that matter, when's the last time Rhea's had the Charlotte match at Mania? Was the last time she's gone long? It'd be interesting to see how they.
Her and Zelina had a good match, right?
It was a good match, but was it like 20 plus minutes?
I'm not sure. I don't remember.
Yeah, I'd have to look up the time, but yeah, about 20 minutes would be, I think, a good. That's about where you go. Oh, Bobby almost got him. Although it would be funny if Drew took a pin here and whoever pins him in the chamber made a shirt. R.I.P. to Drew McIntyre's Mania hopes.
I was looking down for a while I was typing. Nobody's been eliminated, have they?
Nope, not yet. We got all 4 still in with Orton and Logan Paul left to come in. So yeah,
that I don't know how the clock keeps getting fucked up.
I think there's one right there. Oh, ooh!
I wonder if we're gonna get any eliminations before everybody's in, because I feel like all 5 guys are gonna like catch Logan jumping off.
I think Randy's gonna like just RKO everyone.
Oh sure.
And that's gonna be quick eliminations after that.
Yeah, you catch
that's how he enters multi-man matches like the Royal Rumble and the Chamber and Money in the Bank. He'll just They'll just start popping people with them.
Do you think they even discuss it with him anymore? They're just like, what do you guys want to do? Well, I'm going to come in and RKO all of you. All right, Randy.
I mean, it's
Way to be
cool,
original, bro.
but like Steve Austin made a whole career out of
Yeah.
just stunning everybody.
Yeah.
Oh, no, for sure. Like, it's
And the
cool. Don't get me wrong.
RKO, and the RKO looks way cooler than the stunner.
Yeah. Anybody can stun somebody. It takes a real master to RKO, but he's in. No RKOs as of yet. He's just clotheslining people.
It's wild how, like, even though there's a lot of people who can hit a decent cutter, nobody else can really hit something the way Randy can.
Yeah, he's definitely perfected it. It's always so clean. Even his worst RKOs look really good, if that makes sense.
And like the other people and the people taking them always seem to know how to do it too. Like he must really either work with people or make sure he knows exactly what he needs to do. But like the only person I remember ever having what I considered to be close to as good looking was Homicide. He would hit a really nice cutter sometimes.
We haven't seen one RKO yet. So I guess you were wrong again, Doc.
That was me.
No, it was you.
Yeah.
It's so early. You guys are like melted into one person. I still got the sleep in my eyes. My problem is getting up. Once I'm up, I'm good to go. But once like getting up is the problem.
See, my issue right now is like I know if I close my eyes for more than 30 seconds or so, like
You're toast.
I'm not gonna be asleep, but I'm gonna feel way more tired.
So we can't see Doc, but he's doing this right now. Watching the chamber. He's holding on.
It's
Doc's-
not far off.
He's got tape.
Doc's been asleep this entire time. He's just so used to doing these that he just sleep streams. Yeah, something Rhea Ripley.
I mean, that's why I don't. That's
And
why
we're
I
like,
don't have
great
the camera
point.
on.
Well,
That's
he
why I
just
don't have the camera on. Sleep streams don't pull numbers.
yeah.
Either that or this is AI Doc.
I mean,
Yeah.
I'm not. What's that girl who actually did like a long stream of her sleeping and people were donating thousands of dollars?
Yeah.
Those people are, I don't know how they do that. Oh, those are amazing how they make money just sleeping. No, these are all just pre-recorded quips. Doc's actually fully asleep right now. He just hits play.
I'm a psychic, so I always know what you guys are going to say, and I have all my responses pre-recorded.
What number am I thinking about right now?
6.
48.
Oh, 48. Nice save. No, I wasn't. 48's a good shout, though. My wedding date, 4/8. It's coming up soon, my anniversary. Oh, shoot. She's put up with me for 7 years of marriage.
Okay.
I didn't tell her about the wrestling nerdism until after we got married. Put the ring on it first and be like, oh, by the way.
You took her into the bedroom and revealed your Undertaker boxer shorts. And you were like, baby, these stay on during sex.
I've got the 3 faces of Foley tattooed on my chest, but I'm like, this is your future. Sorry, honey. Yeah.
Oh, man.
Like, she knew I was a wrestling fan. Oh, Logan tried to hold the cage shut. I love it.
KO's been the star of this match.
Like, she knew I was a wrestling fan, but she didn't realize how deep it got until, like, we were already married. And I was like, by the way, I'm going to spend a ton of time in our basement talking to people about wrestling on the internet.
I just imagine on your wedding night, you constantly setting her up for like, what do you think about this? And she starts to talk and you just go, it doesn't matter. And her having no context for it, being like, oh no, did I marry an asshole?
And I'm like, no, it's wrestling.
So I saw a YouTube video where somebody was telling a story about how their boyfriend had like seen a TikTok trend that he wanted to try with her. And the trend is saying something like purposely offensive to a woman and filming it just to see how she reacts. It's super dumb.
Yeah.
And so she walks into the living room with a pot of like freshly made pasta and spaghetti and all this stuff. And he goes, "What's for dinner, bitch?"
Yep, I've seen that.
And she like throws it on the ground and is like, "Nothing now." And oh my god, it just made me realize like social media has so equal of like benefits and negatives. You know what I mean? Like people can connect on a very real level to a lot of people around the world if they want to, but then you also have these just terrible dumb trends like people eating Tide Pods and
Oh, Jesus Christ. Sorry.
Oh, I haven't got there yet. No, I saw that, and my favorite is when the guys. Oh, he threw it through the pod. He didn't spear.
Wait for it. Wait, no, it's the other one. It's the second one.
Oh, dude, it's on KO's neck though.
Yeah.
you guys must both be ahead of me right now.
There it is. Oh, I think he hit the post. Logan Paul showing up on Impulsive with a neck brace. But no, I seen that one, Doc. That I like the ones where they would stitch that video and the guys would be practicing in the mirror and be like, "I could never say that to my wife. She'd kill me." Oh, Lashley just ramped this shit up to 11. It looks like he's hurting now, though, too. Oof. But he did it on the. You got to get him in the ring, McIntyre. Yeah. Oh. It was so much force that he went all the way across the whole damn pod and hit that bar.
We still haven't seen an elimination, have we?
Everyone's in. That's what Graves was just saying. He was like, if somebody would do something in the ring here, we might have a winner. They're all beating the shit out of each other. Another Claymore to Lashley. There's one right there. He just fucked up Bobby Lashley. Oof. I think Bobby Lashley's dead. He hasn't moved. Okay, he's all right. Holy shit!
Well, Fluggo,
Huh?
what are you going to tell your son?
Yeah.
I'm gonna tell him he needs to step his damn prediction game up. Listen here, Owen, your guy's out. I'll tell him. It's fine. His I don't know, like he gravitated towards Bobby Lashley and The Miz was his initial first two. He likes Rey Mysterio because he wears a mask. And it might just be because that's the toys he has, but he'll watch. Like he'll watch and be like, "Oh, I like that guy," or "Oh, I like her." But Bobby Lashley's been a constant. So, but Bobby Lashley doesn't win anymore, buddy. I'm sorry.
I'm not going to say any more than this. I'm only going to point out that I think it's kind of a weird booking decision to have Lashley be the first guy eliminated in February.
That's fair. Good. Yeah, it is.
Oh.
If you know what I mean.
I get what you're putting down.
Yeah. Just I'm not saying any intentions were behind it on anyone's behalf in booking or anything. I just think it's a little it
Shit!
stands out.
Yeah.
Okay, that is not where I saw this going. So maybe
Neither did I.
Doc.
Yeah.
Maybe Doc's right about the KO Logan Paul stuff because that's definitely
Wait, what do you mean? Because
You're behind. Just wait.
my prediction was that they would have started.
Well, I meant the Mania stuff.
Oh.
Yeah. You'll
I
see.
mean,
in a
right
second.
now I've got
Oh,
AJ
no.
beating on Knight with a chair.
Well, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
I had Knight and Logan becoming a feud, but I think they're going to further this feud with Styles and Knight.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mute the mic in time.
It's all right. Oh, he just kicked that. Did he just kick that
Yeah.
official in the dick? And the
Ball-
guy
yeah.
no-sold it?
Yeah.
Guy's got balls of steel, baby.
Dude, if I was a ref, I'd be wearing a cup. Are you kidding me?
Right? What is that? Get out of here, AJ. Just you gotta go. And he's like, make me. And there's Drew picking up the pieces. That's unreal. People are not happy.
Yeah.
Not happy about that. You gotta go, AJ. You get out of here. Why? Dustin saying, not sure what Orton might do at WrestleMania. I'd be in favor of a triple threat with Logan, Owens, and Orton. Yeah. That's what I was saying earlier. I think the Logan Paul United States Championship might be a triple threat, fatal four-way type deal. Just because the way he's been portrayed is like, you know, Pierce is getting sick of his shit. So here you go, buddy. Because you know Pierce does that. I'm sorry, Aldis, because he's on SmackDown. Aldis, like, it's a four-way now. I get those two confused. I
really
like that dynamic, though.
I like Nick Aldis, and like Adam Pearce and him together are great, but like Nick Aldis even on his own is such a good addition.
Because he's got this he's got this GM quality. It's like, well, you're not going to walk all over me because I could also kick your ass.
Like, he's legitimately bigger than Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
Like, you don't remember how big he is until you see him next to people. Because he's always in that suit. And, like, he's jacked.
Yeah.
So, like, it's just funny to watch people be like in his face and him just be like, listen, I don't care. I'm the boss. Fall in line or get to the back of the line.
Yeah. Or I'll kick your ass.
Basically.
They pay me not to, but trust me, I can do it. I've beaten Cody Rhodes.
I made a joke after, like, the night he debuted. Or no, not the night he debuted. The night him and Adam Pearce first started having some friction. I think I tweeted out something like, if we get former NWA champion Adam Pearce versus former NWA champion Nick Aldis in a WWE ring, I'm gonna be so happy.
Is that when the internet just blows up? That's the actual code. Scott saying there's, I guess you can scratch Logan Paul and LA Knight at WrestleMania. Yeah, you can. Because hey, I never said I pick with my heart. I never said I was the most insightful guy or knew what I was talking about. I just want what I want. I'm surprised Logan Paul has not reached for a prime hydration drink yet.
Is any of his goons around that?
That's what I was just thinking. I haven't seen anybody yet.
Is the guy in the prime suit there? Is he in a fifth pod somewhere that I didn't find?
There's a trap door on the outside, just opens up, and KSI pops out in a prime suit, takes care of business.
Well,
oh, Logan sold the shit out of that stunner, though. That was a good sell.
Oh.
Wow. I thought Paul or Owens would eliminate each other.
Yeah.
Oh, RKO. RKO.
And frankly, I figured Paul would go out before Owens, so unless Paul, I also thought Paul was going to eliminate Owens, actually.
Yeah. I thought Logan Paul would be in there for a little while just because you don't want your United States champion like going out first, looking weak as shit and heading into Mania.
Quite frankly, I thought it was weird he was even in this match.
Yeah,
Like, and
that was
and
definitely a choice.
and also, how do you not book Bronson Reed on this show? Like, didn't he say he needed time off for personal reasons or something? I don't remember.
Well, everybody had said it's because his wife was due any time, but then I had saw that he said that wasn't why either. So I don't know why they didn't go with it, but
I mean, technically, he's from New Zealand, right?
yes.
I believe so. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't remember.
All right, so we're down to Randy, Drew, and Logan Paul.
But like, Tegan Knox is from New Zealand or Australia, right? Which one?
I think it's New Zealand.
Yeah.
She could have been down there too.
Yeah.
Her and Natalia could have been a third team in that women's tag title match or something.
Oh, Bronson posted his wife gave birth already, so maybe he's just hanging out with the new baby. Congratulations.
Good for them. Bronson's a big meaty man. I wonder if they had a big meaty baby.
Oh, Logan Paul fired up.
I know you talk to Peggy every once in a while. You know Bronson Reed is like her favorite, right?
I did not know that it was her favorite. I know that every time we mention Bronson Reed, she knows what's going on.
Bronson's one of her absolute favorites for sure.
Heck yeah. I like what they've been doing with him lately. Definitely would have been an interesting addition into this matchup, but I get why you do Logan Paul.
Here
Star
we go.
Power.
Logan climbing up the pod. At least that's where I'm at.
Are you ahead of me now, somehow?
Well, I saw him starting to. I
Yeah.
just watched Drew and Orton have an exchange back and forth. And
You are ahead of me now because here goes Logan Paul to the pod. Somehow you jumped ahead.
Drew just kipped up.
Yeah, that's where I am. Somebody
All right.
caught up to me.
Wow. Okay.
Okay. Yep. I'm at the kip up right now. Wait. No. Drew's down. Oh yeah, he's kip. He's gassing himself up. He's laying. Okay. Yep. I'm at the kip up right now. So yeah, you jumped ahead of me a little bit. How did that happen?
I don't know.
Damn Boost Mobile. Oh, the crossbody at the top of the pod, baby. Boost Mobile, where you at, dog? Remember those commercials?
I think it's so funny that years ago, Nextel bought Boost Mobile and made them that's our prepaid carrier.
Yeah, I remember the Nextel with you could do like the walkie-talkie type feature.
Because I used to work for those companies. And after Nextel bought them and made them like a prepaid carrier, Nextel slowly got phased out after Sprint bought them, but Boost Mobile persisted and now is like they're around and Nextel's gone. I just find that very funny. But yeah, those walkie-talkie phones is one of those things where like it was a gimmick that a lot of people found fun, but nobody really needed that.
Yeah, no, I was gonna say I can't imagine
added a step to having a phone call.
So Logan Paul just pulled brass knuckles out of his trunks, kissed them, and got just RKO'd out of nowhere. And now he's out. Oh,
The worst part about the Direct Connect was that, do you remember how you could just beep somebody and start talking if their speakerphone was turned on?
What an interesting feature.
People would just be saying dumb stuff when you were like out in public. Oh my god. When I was at the phone store working, I used to hear so many stories, and one guy comes in and he's like, I want to switch from Nextel to, one of the other companies. And we're like, okay, why? And he's just like, he just goes off on this tangent. He's clearly still so pissed about it. And he's like, I was with my new girlfriend, and my buddy beeps me and just immediately goes like, "Hey man, how'd the date with the girl with the big boobs go?" And I'm like, I'm censoring this for the podcast. What he told us was worse than that. But he was like with his. He not only was he with his girl, but I think he said his girl's mom was there.
At
And
least
like,
if I had that, I would have done that to my friends. I go lie. Back
but
in
like,
the day.
that's one of those things where like the guy who did it was probably high or drunk or just very, very dumb, of course. But yeah,
Oh, I would have messed with so many friends.
when I had it, I would just beat people by like hitting the thing once or twice so it would chirp them. And then if they responded, cool. If not, and that's how most people did it. But some people would like literally beep you and just go like, "Hey, are you there?" But
You up?
I eventually turned off my speakerphone so I could only hear the chirp, and that worked out well. But after a while, it's like, why do I want to keep having a conversation like I'm on a walkie-talkie when I'm 10?
Nostalgia.
Some of those phones are pretty cool. I do miss like how different cell phones all used to be. Every manufacturer had their own like unique stuff.
Anybody ever rocked the Sidekick, the T-Mobile?
I sold them, never had one myself.
Wow.
That was my first like big time phone I bought. And I was like, I thought it was so cool. Those were trash though.
I had
Looking back.
there was another one kind of like the Sidekick before the BlackBerry took off. God, what was it called? I don't know. But
Lawrence is like, we still haven't gotten cell phones in Canada yet.
Yeah.
I had so many weird cell phones that I would order through companies that I would make contacts with that like people couldn't get in the United States just to have them. Do you remember the movie The Saint?
No.
Really?
No. That doesn't shock you? How many things I haven't seen?
Wow.
It's like a running joke.
Yeah.
So
Through every show I'm ever on, they're like, have you seen
Then-
this? And I'm like, no. And they're like, how is that possible? And I go, I don't watch
then
anything.
the reference will be completely lost on you, but in that movie, that movie was probably made in like, I'm gonna look it up just so I know for sure, because it would have been late 90s, I believe. 97. Okay. So think about the kind of cell phones that people had in. Wow.
Did they really just?
Yeah.
Wow. Logan Paul, Randy Orton, Mania, United States title.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So McIntyre is probably going to win the title at Mania. And
So
it's going to be him and Punk at like
which one of them eliminated Paul?
Randy.
Randy eliminated Paul with an RKO, and I guess
Yeah.
Paul hadn't made it out of the cage yet, and they just didn't cut to that side, and then he came and cracked Orton after an RKO. Interesting. A lot of shenanigans in this men's chamber. But I remain perfect in my predictions.
Well, yeah, I believe I am too, as far as like the winners go.
If you're not, you don't watch the product. Or you're purely picking
I
favorites.
could have seen some people thinking they would let Indy Hartwell win the title in her country.
Yeah.
The tag titles, I mean, you know.
Interesting. Yeah, I think a lot of the intrigue was more of like what were some of the storylines going to come out of this chamber, opposed to who was actually winning these chamber matches. Long boys Slim Jim and energy drinks. That's a good breakfast. Dude, Michael Cole really does not like Drew McIntyre. You get on that jet and you get out of this country. This country I'm not even from. We don't want you here. Michael Cole, the honorary Australian tonight. You got pyro, though?
Yeah, I was about to say that. Why didn't Becky get pyro?
You got a lot of pyro for being a heel. They don't usually do that for heels. Am I right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a lot of that's a $50,000 fucking fireworks display right there, maybe more.
It was all done with miniatures on a small set. It was really only like $5 worth of
right
firecrackers.
It's like steaks and sparklers. That's what I like.
They're like, they're like, if George Lucas can make Star Wars with a bunch of Hot Wheels, we can do that.
You ain't got no whispering bungholes, no Hoosker do's, no Hoosker don'ts. Only like steaks and sparklers, man.
Did you ever see the sequel to Joe Dirt?
No.
Did you even know it existed?
I knew it existed. I think I never watched it because I didn't want it to. I didn't want it to ruin my view of the first one.
Oh, you were smart. It was like a Crackle original or something like that.
Yeah, I remember them promoting it as such. Crackle's like, we'll pick up Joe Dirt too. We'll option that. I was worried it wasn't going to live up to my love of the first one, so I was like, if I watch this and it is as bad as I think it's going to be, because don't get me wrong, Joe Dirt was not a great movie, but it was so iconically funny because it was so bad.
I don't actually think it's bad. I think it was intentionally made to be just goofy as hell. Like,
right. Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. Like, it was intentionally made the way it was made. So like it hit really well. It was one of those where it's like, it came around full circle for me.
But like having the radio segments with the interviews was a great juxtaposition for the rest of the movie and kind of helped move things along really well.
Yeah.
But
so your beard just grows in all white trashy like. I guess so.
The way the wig just sort of fused on there. But but the whole thing with Kid Rock is like probably the only time I've ever liked Kid Rock in my life.
Right.
Because that was genuinely funny.
Dear Robbie, tell Joe I don't want to see him no more. See, Joe, no one wants you around. Oh yeah, we're promoting that. We're on the road to WrestleMania. So through all that, Kevin Owens still kind of doesn't have anything going on at Mania. Because you had AJ take out LA Knight, you had Logan and Randy, obviously Drew. So like Lashley and KO kind of still are up in the air on what they're doing. Maybe they just wrestle each other. Or Stone Cold's coming back and we can do Owens Stone Cold 2. Isn't that crazy to think that Kevin Owens, who's main evented the last 2 WrestleManias, doesn't really have a clear path to WrestleMania this year?
Yeah. Like, I think Sammy's probably going to win the Money in the Bank in Toronto this year. I feel it's like it's leading up eventually to that. Like,
yeah, that'd be cool. Because I don't know who said. I had somebody say like, so Cody beats Roman, then you could have like him have a short, Cody not have a super long reign, and you get something like Sammy winning the Money in the Bank, or if you can get the Intercontinental title off of Gunther, have maybe Gunther beat him at like Bash at Berlin, and then have somebody cash in or something. I don't know if Cody wins it, how long he would hold that thing. I don't think he would hold it for super long.
Now, what do you consider like a decent reign Cody could have before it would be considered bad?
6
obviously,
months?
if he held, okay, I was gonna say if he held the title for like a month and then lost it, like
That would be kind of a I wouldn't like that. Like you just slayed the beast after 1,300 days, and you only held it for one reign or one defense. No, I think you could give it like Survivor Series. But do I want to see him go mania to mania with it? I don't know. Maybe. It depends on how you book it. But I just think like not every title reign needs to be 3 years long.
Oh no, I totally agree.
Like we don't need to hot potato it, but I would like to see, because you've got so many people that you could make a case for having it. I think the idea of Cody's biggest achievement would be like he got it off of Roman, he defended it a couple of times, and then he's back to chasing.
Like Gunther's reign has been great. A lot of Reigns' run has been great, but like I don't know. I got a little tired of MJF being the champion after a while. There was definitely a couple of TNT champions who were feeling a little long. So yeah, I get it.
Yeah. Oh, Trips is here.
Honestly, that for the size of the building they're in, I expected a bigger number.
Yeah.
I guess that stuff always looks bigger on TV, though. Like every show I've ever been to, I'm always like, wow, this arena is smaller than it.
52. There was a lot of open space on that floor, though, too. But I don't know if that was intended, like if they sold more tickets, they would fill that, or if that was meant to be open. Like you said, was it meant to look like the German cross? There it is again.
I mean, Triple H is out there right now.
Yeah. And he's been coming out to, are we angling for Triple H to wrestle again here?
No, he's got a pacemaker in his heart. That's not happening.
I understand. I'm just saying, but,
No, he really, really can't.
I know he can't, but wrestlers are crazy people.
No, but I doubt they'd clear him.
Yeah.
He's like, I don't care what you say. I'm Triple H. I'm the game.
8 chop to the chest would kill him.
But we're your insurance provider.
Yeah.
No, you're not going out there.
He's like, I don't care. The Rock called me out of that press conference. I don't care about no damn pacemaker. Let's go. You have the defibrillator out at the ring, ready to go. All right, Maria.
That pizza does look good.
Right? Are you getting the pepperoni? Are you getting the Pizza commercial?
Yeah, but like
the hot honey.
I don't really want to eat it. It just looks good,
Does this sound like I want to eat it, but not from Pizza Hut? like the concept of a hot honey pepperoni with the cups of pepperoni pizza, give it to me from somebody else.
Have you ever heard of Colorado style pizza?
No.
Or maybe Denver style? It's kind of like a double dough, thicker kind of crust, but what they do is they serve a little like honey with it, and you basically just dip the crust in that and eat it, or you drizzle a little bit of it on the pizza.
There you go. That sounds fire. What's the style of pizza? I was talking about it on another stream where they cook everything but the cheese, and they just throw the cold mozzarella cheese on top of the slice. Have you seen that?
Oh, I don't know. I know what you're talking about, but I don't know what it.
I don't know what it's called. I've seen it a couple times on TikTok, and I'm like, well, that's got to be interesting. They're like, everything else is cooked but the cheese, and I'm like, yeah, I know. They just throw the cold mozzarella on top, and it's supposed to be like a completely different vibe.
I mean, that's like a Lunchables,
right?
Like
it's an adult Lunchable.
Legitimately, that's how they build Lunchables.
Yeah. Oh, I agree. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that was the thought. They're like, oh, is that a mimosa?
No, just orange juice. But also, like, right before I was pouring my orange juice in my cup, and that's how tired I'm getting. I poured it into my coffee cup.
Oh, so you got
So-
coffee and orange juice going right now?
Those like barely any coffee left, but there's still like a little coffee in one of them, and like I accidentally poured orange. I'm not going to try it.
I'll try it. Put it in the shoe. Do it for the Aussies. Do it for Josh Robinson.
Oi, 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 or whatever.
All right. So what time is it? Officially, it is 8:05.
Don't remind me, please.
Well, we were talking about time, so let's say this thing ends, let's say 8:30 is the end time. That's 25 minutes. You get 5 minutes for the entrances. Would they go to 8:45? That would put them at. I think 20 is the mark. I think that's a good number. 20. My only, Lily, how do you end it? Do you have Becky Lynch come out and stare her down, or do you let Rhea just have that moment?
I don't know, because
Sorry?
you could very easily have them do something on Raw.
Right.
But, like, I would get both sides of that argument. Like, if I'm in the pitch room and people are pitching both ideas, I could see both being good. And Rhea just, like, you know the pop is going to be huge here in a minute. And I can't wait to see what they do for her, because you know that her entrance is going to be, like, a little special, right?
Yeah, it's got. They actually dumb it down. They're just like, you're already going to get a pop. We don't have to bring out any spot.
Like her merch shirt instead of some leather jacket like she usually does.
Right. Maybe she'll come out in the beanie that Josh gave her. That'd be dope.
That would be cool.
That would be cool. Like, oh shit. Nia. I don't like Nia's new theme opposed to her old one, though.
Yeah, I kind of agree. But I also didn't care for her old one, so, like, I'm not really that.
Yeah, we're kind of splitting hairs.
Yeah.
It's not like that one was super, but it just it doesn't hit the same. Can Nia Jax shock the world and leave all the Perth fans stunned? But hey, if she doesn't win here, she's got that sitcom to fall back on with Josh Robinson.
Wonder what it would be called.
Oh, man. All right, let's hear this pop.
I already hear mommy chants.
No, they're getting hype. Mommy, mommy. No, her entrance is just her usual thing. I do like the idea of the WWE kind of adopting like the AEW style of like, even if you're a heel, but in your home area, you're going to get cheered. So we're going to kind of like Grayson Waller, they even let him like him not going in and attacking Cody and Seth was an obvious choice of like, we're not going to boo this guy. So just stand off to the side and let Theory take the beating, you know? Because they do that. Like when MJF is in New York, he gets cheered when he was on his heel run.
Oh, sure. And they played him.
And they do that with some other guys. So, yeah, I like that they're like, yeah, Rhea's a heel, but we're just going to let it happen. That's why you can have Rhea Ripley versus Nia Jax in Perth. It makes total sense because Nia's going to get booed regardless of who she faces.
Did you see the girls in the front row hugging
Yeah.
each other? That was
Just being so stoked to see Rhea Ripley.
Oh, yeah.
That's cute.
Yeah.
Rhea just squashes Nia Jax in 30 seconds.
Did you see that one guy? Like, I don't know if he was necessarily trying to, but it kind of seemed like he was mocking somebody for getting Rhea to autograph his arm and then going and getting that as a tattoo. And, like, so many people were, like, basically replying to him being like, yeah, this is great. That's what, like, a lot of fans do stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, but there's always those idiots that are just like, that's dumb. Well, you don't have to do it. It's not your arm. That was he got it. Like, I saw that and I was like, right there on the wrist, though. That feels like that would hurt. But it was a cool tattoo. I would do it. If you love Rhea Ripley that much, hell yeah. Championship. For better or worse, Nia Jax gets some of the biggest reactions of anybody. You can't deny it.
Do you remember when she first showed up in the Mae Young Classic and she had like long blonde hair and was wearing like orange gear?
Yeah, every so often on like my Facebook feeds and stuff, I get the like, look at the transformation from Rhea to now, and it's wild. It's like a complete 180.
Yeah, like, and she's always been pretty muscular, but like adding the tattoos, the way she's been doing her hair for years, like all the piercings and stuff. Yeah. But you can tell this is more who she feels like.
Yeah. Definitely more her. It was a good direction for her. Plus, it helps her stand out, and she seems more comfortable in it, I would imagine. Oof. Bring back the Mae Young Classic. I miss those. Mae Young Classics, the Cruiserweight Classics. Those were so fun.
God, the Cruiserweight Classic was one of the best things WWE ever did.
Mm-hmm.
You had Zack Sabre Jr., Kota Ibushi, Cedric Alexander, Ciampa, Gargano, all these guys before like a lot of people knew who they were. Just wrecking house. It was great.
You had Daniel Bryan on commentary because he couldn't wrestle then.
Yeah, that's...
Nobody remembered that Kendrick was a weirdo yet.
Yeah.
I think Nia like pulled out Rhea's gauge, like her earring,
Oh,
like
Where?
on accident?
when she grabbed her hair to slam her. I saw something fly off. I thought initially it was a hair tie, but like I was doing the math and she was going to the corner. I'm like, that could be her earring. And then like Nia pointed to her ear to the ref when
Do
she was in
you
the corner.
see any blood?
No, I don't see any blood. I think
Like pull. Hopefully, she just popped out the
yeah,
gauge and didn't
yeah.
pull. Oh. I cringe so hard when they do that spot with Jeff Hardy all the
Yeah.
time. I'm like, oh, dude.
Yeah, I mean, the best one was Sammy handcuffing a ladder to his ear.
Oh, I was like, gag. I was like, the whole time. Oh yeah, there's something on the mat there.
Well, I think it rolled out of the ring.
Okay, maybe that's.
Yeah.
Oh, that's just my phone. Never mind.
Yeah.
It's my screen. Here's something we don't see very often: Rhea Ripley getting manhandled right now. Just. Oh. That stomp. Ooh. This is a good way to extend it to give it some time because, like we were talking, 20 minutes. Just put her in a stretch muffler for, half of it. Like it makes sense for Nia Jax to trash talk because that's her character, but you're in there with Rhea Ripley. Like, don't be wasting time. It'll come back to bite you. Just from a logic standpoint.
It's weird Nia hasn't they haven't put Nia in the bloodline or something. Like they literally have no female members, and they could put both Nia and Trinity in there. Like Nia's a heel. I would like to see her join.
Maybe that's her plan at WrestleMania. She's
Yeah.
the one that spoils Cody's chance.
Yeah, I was thinking that. I was thinking like the whole time, like she's the one that screws Cody. You never see it coming.
Yeah, I'm not big, especially when they put that family tree up at the presser. It's like there's a lot of. I'm surprised they haven't expanded it a little bit yet, and gone that route. Oh. Ooh. The way her head is on those power bombs. Ooh.
Okay.
You think Josh is conflicted at the show right now?
Mm-hmm.
I love Rhea, but Nia's my co-star. I don't know what to do.
Yeah, if Nia wins the title, she'll be too big for a sitcom.
Right? It's like, I need you to lose this thing just for my own personal gain. Nia and Josh starring in a buddy cop movie. You think they both just said, let's just go beat the shit out of each other for 20 minutes? Like, they're laying it in. My hole.
Oh my god. Whenever that comes up, I just like the immature side of me is just like, yeah, that's still funny. Didn't she make a joke about it during a match like a year later or something?
Yeah, I think she said something else.
Yeah.
Poking fun at her. I mean, I don't know if it's ever been brought up in an interview, but I'd like to know what her thought process was there. If it has, I need to see it. And somebody could send me a link, but like what she was thinking in that moment, like, yep, that's what I'm going with.
I'm pretty sure she was thinking about her hole.
Yeah. But to scream that out in the middle of a match, knowing how the internet works
on television about like,
yeah, just as an obvious choice.
Little kids at home, Mommy, what does she mean? Her ear hole.
Holy shit.
That turnbuckle spot was rough.
Yeah.
It is nice to see a Rhea Ripley match where she's in some peril.
Well, yeah, that's one of the reasons I think they weren't having her wrestle too much is because she's kind of physically dominant to every other woman in the division except maybe Nia, Tamina.
Ouch. There we go. Mm-hmm. Fuck your announce table. Is it a WWE pay-per-view if the announce table stays intact?
Remember when they used to have
God.
Remember when they used to have like 10 sets of foreign announcers in one part of the crowd that they would go through?
Yeah, did she just throw her on those monitors?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, I remember the days when they would have like the regular announce table, Spanish announce table would be next to it, and then sometimes they would throw a third one.
Yeah.
Depending on where they were, and then they would have like the announcers row Funaki, and I always used to love Corey Graves being like, "I partied with Funaki last night. That dude can throw him back." Or whoever the last guy was, Corey Graves always partied with whoever the last announce team was. Like that was his only job. You got to show this Spanish announce team a good time, Corey. Oh. Oh, wow. It's because mommy is always on top, Cole. That's how she kicked out. She barely kicked out of that. Oh, jeez. Oh, shoot. Oh, she's. Oh. Are they going to pull this off?
Yeah.
Yeah, somebody's ahead of me because I just heard. There it is. Okay. Holy, I heard somebody's call.
Mine might be up. I'll turn mine down.
Oh, you're fine. I don't mind. Whatever. Get
Well,
spoiled.
I don't want the thing to get flagged or whatever. You know, however they do that stuff.
Mm.
I know it's way worse for New Japan stuff.
Well, because they flag themselves. Who's posting our content? Let's flag them. Oh, wait, that was us. Got it. Is that it?
Yeah.
Yep. Just about the 20-minute mark. It's just under 8:30, so that wasn't bad. That was a good match.
Yeah, that was really good, actually.
Yeah. That was a pretty brutal match.
That might be Nia Jax's best WWE match, frankly.
Yeah.
Which is funny. We said she had her best match a couple weeks ago. She's on a great run. Don't get us.
She's significantly better than she used to be. That's for sure.
Yeah.
That's all the power. Oh, is that her family?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, were the two young girls like her sisters or something, maybe?
I thought maybe it was just random. No, that's cool. If I was like Rhea Ripley's sister, I'd be like, that's my sister right there. I'd be like, I'd be at school being like, my sister's Rhea Ripley. She'll kick your ass. I think this is how I don't know if there's anything going on. I don't know if you bring Becky out of it. I think you just let her have the moment.
Oh, there's her pyro.
Yeah.
And then I joked that they should have her singing some Australian songs like they had Drew by accident at Clash at the Castle. We were supposed to be off air. Whoops. Becky Lynch and Rhea Ripley is going to rule at WrestleMania. That's going to be a good match.
Yeah.
I'm not going on a major limb there and saying I think that's going to be a really good match.
I mean, going into the last week or two, my initial thought was like, I really want Bailey.
Oh,
Main
the
event, one of the
security
nights.
guard was waiting that time. There was a dude that kept trying to creep up behind his family, and I was watching the security guard eyeball him, and he went back. Then he tried to go back again to behind the family, and the security guard was ready for him and shoved him right out of the way.
I thought that, yeah.
Okay, I see him. Yep. Yeah. Guy's like, nope, don't touch her again.
Yeah, you're not getting anywhere near her family, bud. He had lined up the second time.
Fool me once, shame on you.
Yeah.
Fool me twice, I'm kicking that ass.
Yeah.
What you were saying about Bailey, Doc?
I'd initially wanted Bailey to main event one of the nights, but now I would kind of want Becky and Rhea too. It feels like a bigger match.
Oh, yeah.
But Io and Bailey main eventing a night would also make me happy.
Yeah. Like they had, just like the fact like the Royal Rumble winner, the female one, won't main event a night is shitty.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
Doc, I know you got to get some sleep, so why don't you tell the fine people where they can find you so we can. That was Elimination Chamber.
Yep, you can find all my work on Bleacher Report. You can find me on Twitter messing around sometimes at BR_doctor. Yeah, sometimes I pop up on other people's shows. That's about it.
Like this one.
Yeah.
Heck yeah. Lawrence, you want me to go or do you want to go? Or do you
I'll
are
go.
you- okay.
You can follow me at KurtCNDG on Instagram, Twitter, Threads, pretty much everything. And you can catch me back here tomorrow morning to, I guess, recap Elimination Chamber, talk some LPW, and all that stuff on the brunch gimmick at 1 p.m. right here on the Love Wrestling YouTube.
And thank you, Scott, for saying great stream. You can find me back here in like an hour at 10 a.m. with Blair Pacheco for 4 Exposure. We're going to talk some independent wrestling. I just was like, I guess I'm doing a bunch of shit today. And then, of course, you can find me at Pluggo on all social medias. And Thursday nights with JPJ, 8 p.m. between two beards. You can find all show updates right there on B2 Beards on all socials as well. Lawrence, let's get out of here. Let's get Doc to sleep. Let's get you some sleep. I'm going to go eat some breakfast and be right back here in about an hour. So, thanks, guys, for hanging out.
Thanks, everyone, for hanging out in the chat. We'll see you at 10 a.m., I guess, back with Pluggo.
Yeah.
Thanks, everyone. Have a good day.